What's up, everybody? Welcome. What's up, Jets fans? Saturday, we're doing a show. Holiday weekends in America, you got to make concessions. Last night, I was at the Woodbridge Township fireworks show and incoherent and incapable of doing a show last night. And being a smart drinker, I planned ahead and told Jeremy earlier in the week, I am not going to be able to do Friday night. So, Jeremy, you ask? Where is he? He's where he always is, with a mouthful of food.
Pizza rolls.
Hey, you never go wrong with pizza rolls. I got a meatball sub and well-done French fries getting cooked at the Jersey Pizza Boys next door right now.
I love it.
So, what's up, Arkansas? Mark with a good observation. We have an Iowa and an Arkansas Jet fan. I can't keep up.
Hey, I heard a rumor about Mark Reese. I didn't know this. Maybe I wasn't paying attention last year.
What?
Apparently, he went into a sports book when we played the Bengals, and he bet on Mike White. Michael White being the leading yardage quarterback for the week, and he hit it big. Now I need to like clarify if it's true. But I think that's the most unbelievable thing I ever heard. Like, what would even possess someone to say, I'm going to go in and bet that Michael White has more passing yards than any other quarterback in the NFL against the Bengals?
I've heard this story, but it was before I knew who Mark was. It was from another friend, this guy that we figured out as a mutual friend of ours. He told me the story. So I've heard the story before, so I think it does have some legs.
Oh, he said, no, I told the story. So it wasn't him. Somebody did.
Oh, okay. Arkansas is here. I'm at the basketball courts right now. He's at the basketball courts and on the show. That's awesome. Oh, he's saying some guy in AC did it. I've heard this story before. I just didn't know who it was tied to.
Unbelievable.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, man. And when you're here in New Jersey, we can go over to the sports book and you can place bets before the games because the racetrack is right next to the stadium and they have a FanDuel in there where you can go and make bets.
It's all legal?
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy uses my FanDuel thing and he was playing roulette and blackjack one night. And all of a sudden it's like, bro, I'm like, yeah, I know you hit big, right? Like I'm like blowing him off. He's like, yeah. He's like, take the phone, cash it out, and make sure we don't touch it. We went the next morning to pick up $3,600 because he actually did hit pretty big at roulette.
Wow. How would I collect it, man, if I won?
Gitbo. You can go after the game. Or you could do it through my thing and I can send you money. However, we'll figure it out if you want to gamble.
Yeah, maybe throughout the year. I like gambling on weird things like that.
Yeah, you can Venmo me, cash at me, and I'll put the bet in for you. And then if you hit, we'll send you the money.
All right.
I'm all about defeating the government and their Nazi ways.
Cool.
Gitmo, this is why we started a little bit early today. This is why we brought the show on at 8:30. Give us a little leeway. So I got to go next door and pick up my dinner. Okay. Are you ready to rock with your topic?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So one of the things Jeremy wanted to discuss was going through wide receiver projections for the season and then totaling that up to see what the quarterback does. So I thought it was a neat little way of doing a quarterback projection without doing the quarterback projection. So it's a good idea. I am going to kick the show to you. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. And are you able to share the chat with me making you the admin? Are you able to share the comments that come up in StreamYard?
Yeah, I can highlight comments. Hold on, let me see.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. See? Whoop. Goodbye, Gitmo.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
One of the things that I hate with doing the live stream when we get a good topic going is falling behind in the chat. So I was like, oh no, when I come back, I'm gonna have to try to eat and catch up in the chat.
Oh, I'm famous for falling behind in the chat, but that's okay.
Oh yeah. But all right, I'll be back. Show's yours for a few minutes on the first ever Saturday night hangout.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do, everybody. What we're gonna do is we're going to go receiver by receiver, running back, tight end. We're going to do everybody. And we're going to estimate how many yards we think that they're going to get receiving. We're going to assume everybody's healthy, and we're going to assume that if somebody gets hurt, somebody else will pick up that yardage that we predicted for them. This way, that'll be our prediction for how many yards Zach Wilson's going to throw. Now, I don't like doing it the other way because when someone says, oh, Zach Wilson's going to throw for 4,100 yards, and then you start predicting what everyone's going to do, it never works out. Now, the danger of this exercise is that we might predict a horrendously unrealistic number for Zach Wilson. Like, we get excited about all these different receivers and tight ends, and then it adds up to 5,000 yards. And let's remember, Joe Namath is the only Jet who ever even threw over 4,000 yards. And as Gitmo Bob would tell you, if we start predicting that we're going to have a quarterback throw for 5,000 yards in his second year as a quarterback, he's going to say, this is ridiculous. This is a clown show, and he's going to leave. So we have to be very realistic. Not that he's a big fan of trying to predict anything anyway, but let's try to just be normal. You know what I mean? Like normal assumptions that we can make that are safe. I'm giving some kids buckets. Okay. He's playing basketball right now. Arkansas Jet fan playing basketball, talking to us at the same time. You get bored in Arkansas. So all the yards. So we're gonna do all the yards. You're thinking, well, not including rushing yards though. Is this going by position, by individual player? It's going by individual player. 5,200 is happening. Not this year though. Knobcraft. He's not going to throw for 5,200 yards this year. I mean, I don't want to say that like I don't want to be like a Modine. I mean, I would love it if he did. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be I don't want to rain on somebody's parade. I just don't think we could realistically assume that. I mean, I could pray for that. I could hope for that. I could wish that would happen. I just don't think as good as he is, even if he has a great breakout year, I just don't know if our offense is ever going to have a quarterback throw for that many yards because I don't think the offense is built that way to have a quarterback throw for an obscene amount of yards. And if it was, it mean to me, if he throws too many yards, the scary part about that is it means we were trailing and we had to leave our game plan. Because understand, when our game plan is working and clicking really well in this scheme, that means we're not throwing the ball too much. I mean, we're not throwing it at all, but we're certainly not throwing it enough to get, 350, 400 yards a game. Notice that in the games we did that. The Cincinnati game, we were behind into the fourth quarter, and the other game we did it against the Colts, we were getting crushed. It's usually a bad thing if we're throwing that much. Anyway, look who's there. Modine is here. It's so funny. 38-50. 28 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That sounds good, but it's does the 38-50 match the 28 TDs? I guess it does. I think that's reasonable. I think it's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable, I don't think it's crazy to predict that kind of stat line for him. I mean, unless you're Modine, of course. But I don't think that's absolutely insane to predict that stat line. You rang? Yes. I will always talk about you, Modine. So they'll be every time the Jets win, every time Zach Wilson does something good, I'm going to say, what's Modine thinking right now? Okay, I won't leave for now. I just never predict wins or stats. I know. And we're not real. I don't really want to predict. I just want to try to estimate to get an idea. You know what I mean? I know it's impossible to predict. I can't predict any player because every player we're going to talk about got hurt and missed games last year, right? So you can't really predict, just like we can't predict win-loss record because we don't know who's going to get hurt in camp. But let's just try to figure out or get a feeling for what's realistic. I think we are running this shit heavy. Anything over 3,500 for Zach this year, I'm happy. Yeah, but not too much, right? Because if there's too many yards, that means we didn't run that shit heavy, and we were like throwing the ball to catch up. So everybody's predicting already without doing the receivers. You're ignoring my exercise. 3,600, 25, 12. 3,600 is not obscene. I mean, if he averaged 200 yards a game, which is not a lot, not obscene, that's 3,400 yards, right? So it's not crazy to say that. But hey, fellas. Hey, John Hepburn. It looks like Nick is back. All right. We didn't even get into predicting the receivers yet, so you made it back on time. Basically everybody's insisting on just predicting Zach's numbers without it, but
and then after this, we're going to discuss the top 5 most valuable pieces of the Jets, excluding Zach and Saleh, which obviously would take up 2 spots, right?
Okay, yeah. Modine is saying, okay, let's lick it off.
Let's eat.
That's what she said. Okay.
Nice. Is that our first?
Kevin McDowell. What's up, gents? I think I have a suspicion. Is that the Kevin I think it might be? In disguise, so he doesn't get harassed for his popularity? Or is that just some other Kevin? Like, basically, Kevin, do you live very far upstate New York? Okay. I don't know what his last name is because it came out Mr. McDowell. I don't see it. He's not a Mr. McDowell.
This must be a different. What's up, John? Kevin, Mo, Knob is here.
Kevin, Mo, Knob. All these interesting names. Kevin from
Dark Soldier's here. What's up, buddy? Jake, what's going on?
Okay, Kevin.
Mo Bob in the house. What's up, buddy? And then everyone else.
I'm just obsessed with Kevin. Okay. Nick, what you get?
I got the meatball, and then I got meatball sub, meatball parm, obviously. And then obviously. Well done French fries. Well, I say meatball sub, and not automatically I order meatball parm. Some people order it without cheese, which blows my mind. What do you want?
So you got a meatball hero. You got a slice of meatball, like one slice of meatball pizza.
No. I just got a meatball parm sub, but the way I said it, I said meatball.
Oh, okay. You got a meatball parm. You got an MPH. That's how we wrote it when I worked in my best friend's restaurant. MPH, meatball Parmesan hero, and what else?
French fries, well done.
French fries, well done. Okay. Do you ever go into a diner and say burn the fries?
Say what?
Do you ever use the terminology burn the fries?
No, but when I do order my Zeppelis, I tell them enough powdered sugar to kill a diabetic, the diabetic being me.
Because when I used to go into a diner with my friend David, he would always say, burn the fries.
I do like the crispy, like hollowed out ones where it's just crisp all the way through. I don't need all of them to be like that, but it's like hitting the lottery when you get one like that.
You hear what this little punk is saying? He's saying he said you should shave your beard and let me use it as a toupee.
He's feeling good about himself out on the basketball court. So now he's taking his real life successes to the internet. I like it.
I got this kid cutting me up, man. Hello, fellow snackers. That's right. Well, one day
I know who that is without even seeing the comment.
I know. One day it's going to be Jeremy Snackers. One day. I'm getting close, guys. I'm getting close. And we got to get Nick. We got to start working on Nick. And if I'm sure everybody here is subbed. If you're not subbed to Nick's channel, if you are not subbed to this channel, but you're watching, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Sub to the channel. Okay. I'm about 80 away, fellas, to mine. NFL chaos. I mean, no. It's Jets chaos. I am 80 away.
You should learn the name after what you did this week, right?
Huh? Yeah, really. You think I would know the name by heart after what I've done?
Wouldn't that be funny if you entered like, oh, here, it was NFL Chaos with Jeremy, and then like you're halfway through the chat, and you're like, what the fuck?
So weird seeing Nick leave for a snack and Jeremy chilling. It is. I started that when you were on. Remember, I used to just I have to go pick up my wife, and I would just leave.
You left for 45 minutes one night to go get pet medication. And we couldn't share the.
I know neither of you could share it. Yeah. I gotta fix that. I only have one person I can make a team member at a time, but I'm gonna as soon as I hit 1,000 and monetize, and my videos make me any money, all money goes to the channel. So I'm gonna upgrade. So I'm supposed to get better video quality if you upgrade, and you're supposed to get up to 5 team members. So I can give you team member control. I can give my brother team member control. Like this way I can have backup. And when I leave, like if that happens, you can control the chat. Bacon and egg and cheese on a buttered roll.
I brought it up at the same time. I made it disappear.
Dude, bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll was my favorite thing in the morning. I mean, I know you're from New Jersey. You're a New Jersey guy, Nick, so you probably like the Taylor ham thing. And
pork roll. There's no such thing as Taylor ham.
Really? Green Bean's big on saying Taylor ham. So you're pork rolls. You say pork roll.
Every package says pork roll. None of them say Taylor ham.
I know. He says it's like kind of like a Band-Aid thing. Like a Band-Aid is a brand, but when you get one, you call it a Band-Aid. Like that's the brand you want. I don't know. But anyway, I grew up like going to the corner store, like the corner.
Hold on. Time out. I don't want to cut you off. This is a big moment.
Okay.
The man I started this channel with.
Oh my God.
Jimmy. We have an internet sighting of Jimmy. What's up, buddy?
Holy shit.
For those of you that don't know,
shit, can he get on now?
Jardine and I were part of a big Jets fan Facebook page. And a couple years ago, it was so negative, we started the Proud New York Jets Fans Facebook group. And we were very selective about who we allowed in because we wanted to just keep it not homerish, but
hey, Jimmy, how about this motherfucker?
Nice.
I want to show it to Jimmy.
Nice.
I just want Jimmy to see it because he's going to get all pumped up.
Long story short, we started the Facebook page. Last year, we started the YouTube channel. And then life got crazy for both of us. So we haven't peaked at the same time. You know what I mean? We both haven't been able to do it. But Jimmy, I can't wait, brother. I can't wait to have you back.
Oh my God. We need the help too, man. With all the shit we're doing going live, we need reinforcements and we need Jimmy. And we also, plus, you know who's in trouble when Jimmy's going to be back. I feel bad for the one guy who keeps mouthing off in the chat.
Who?
My stalker.
I don't know who you're talking about. Never.
The stalker. I'll make you chicken cutlets.
That's why I got meatball parm tonight.
Yeah, but the second that kid starts saying, "Hey Jimmy, you want me to make you chicken cutlets?" Jimmy's going to be like, "Get the fuck off this channel." He's going to toss him. Anyway, I was saying, I can't believe Jimmy's back, man. Oh, he said, look at that. Jets win 11 playoff mounds. Okay. He is. So I was saying, when I grew up in Brooklyn, then lived in Manhattan, I was always about bacon, egg, cheese on a roll. That was my thing. And there were certain places that knew how to make it, and there were certain places that didn't. Now, anybody that scrambled that fucking egg before it went on the grill didn't know what they're doing. When you order it in a deli, they have to crack that egg on the grill, cook it a little bit, just fry that shit. Flip it over, fry it. Don't cook it all the way. Put it on that roll so a little bit of that yolk starts dripping out when you're eating it. That's how you do it. So my friend started screaming at the guy, "Do I need to come back there and teach you how to make it?" And I swear to God, I thought the guy was going to be okay with it. I thought my friend was going to end up behind the counter in a Manhattan busy deli in the morning to make his egg and bacon on a roll. This guy had to do it. But anyway, that was my thing. Bacon, egg on a roll, man. Bacon, egg, cheese on a roll. Bacon, egg, cheese on a roll. Oh, my God. The problem is, me, one wasn't enough. It always leave me hungry. So I had to be the fat bastard that got 2 bacon, egg, cheeses on a roll. And I don't care about coffee in the morning. I would just get a can of Coke or a bottle of Coke.
Nice.
Yeah. We're falling behind.
Where are we?
Look, Cole is no longer my boy.
10 stars. Steven Engels here. Mess. Braden, what's up?
Stephen Engel.
Arkansas here. Jimmy's here. Mark Ress.
Where in Jersey you're from? Old Bridge.
That's where my kids just moved to. They're in Old Bridge now.
Oh, but where are you
I'm
from?
in Woodbridge.
Woodbridge. Old Bridge, Woodbridge. What's the difference?
I'm surprised you knew Old Bridge. That's
My
where
buddy-
the kids just moved to.
My buddy Sean lives in Old Bridge. One of my kids I grew up with. One of my from when I was one of my boys from when we were teenagers.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pork roll, egg, and cheese, extra pork. I don't put ketchup on it. I prefer to dip into ketchup, and then you get ketchup the amount you want on every bite.
Now, do you
worry about shooting out the side?
Don't most of the places in New Jersey use the Taylor ham brands when you order it, though?
There is no Taylor ham brand.
Really?
You got Trenton pork roll. You have, one time, a couple years ago, went to a bunch of different stores throughout the course of like 2-3 weeks and was taking pictures of the pork roll that they had. And I said, if I can find a label that says Taylor ham and doesn't say pork roll, I'll start calling it Taylor ham. And I still call it pork roll.
So when I'm in New Jersey, it's definitely the right way to say it. If I say pork roll, egg and cheese sandwich, they're not going to look at me like I'm an idiot.
No, you're an idiot if you call it Taylor ham, in my opinion, because there is no label that says Taylor ham. I know that's the great New Jersey debate. People say it's divided by the state. I go by the label. If I walked in and ordered an Anheuser-Busch, you can give me multiple beers, right?
Yeah.
Because Anheuser-Busch makes several beers. If I want a Budweiser, I say the name of the product. The name of the product is pork roll.
I just got to say, this is the funniest fucking thing a state could be divided on and fight about. I think that's hysterical.
It is. I love it.
I remember they had it on the Jersey Shore. They were fighting over it. Like Situation was fighting with the other guy. They were all fighting over it, what it's called. Oh, he's headed out the door. Wait a second. What's going on?
Oh, hold on. We both hit a comment at the same time. Jimmy, you don't have to tell me, brother. I know when you catch a Facebook ban. I know when you catch a Facebook ban. You don't have to tell me. My only question is, how many days into it are you, brother? I think you're about 6 days in from my calculations.
Arkansas, I don't know why you're asking me if you can join the call. It's not my channel.
Yes, we're going to do these. I'm going to finish eating. We're going to do this MVP discussion. Hit me up when you're home and settled and we know it's good. Oh, 2 days for Jimmy? All right. We would always send a message like Jimmy and I, we are, people think we're the same person because you've never seen us on Facebook at the same time. One of us has always been banned. So it's like, it's Nick and Jimmy the same guy? Or Nick and Jimmy the same guy? Jimmy's here, Nick's not. Nick's here, Jimmy's not. That's us.
It's like
very rare.
Everybody all of a sudden is Lois Lane.
Very rare.
And he's not there. And then when he left, you're here.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy.
So Arkansas, we're gonna. Oh, Mark had a good point.
He's saying no, he wants to join now while he's on the basketball courts.
Let's wait for after because it'll be too chaotic with background noise or other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Once you're indoors, hit me up, and then definitely you can come on. We tried to do it last week, but it was like 3 a.m, and I could barely stay awake anymore. Like, why don't we just wait for another time?
Okay, so we're going to start with how many yards do you think? Let's try to come to a consensus. How many yards do we think Corey Davis is going to have this year? Receiving.
I would say 650 to 700.
Okay, now remember, most of his career, he's like a 900-yard receiver, and last year he was on pace to get 950. But you think that he's going to come down from that?
I think because he's got a better core around him. He's got an offense that's going to utilize the tight end more than the third wide receiver. Yes, I see Corey Davis being the third wide receiver. I think Wilson will step up probably I usually use my birthday as like the demarcation mark, October 18th, mid-October. So 6 games in, I think you're going to see Wilson take off like we saw Moore start to take off last year.
Okay. You know what? I think we should go with Arkansas right now saying 652 because it's like the average of what everyone's saying. Like Mark is saying 7 something. It seems like the middle, more grounded right now number is 650. Do you agree with that? Could you live with that?
Yeah.
50. Okay. So we're going to say 650 yards for Corey Davis in another disappointing season. Or maybe not.
I don't think so because we're not putting all the expectations on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think for your third wide receiver to have 650, 700 is pretty good because we're going to have an elite guy. Moore's going to be elite. Wilson will expand as the year goes on, and then the rest is going to be a committee. The tight ends, Berrios, Davis, the running backs, they're all going to be in that range.
Okay. Now we're up to Elijah Moore. Now, I think Elijah Moore is going to have 1,100. I think he's going to have a breakout year, and he's going to be our leading receiver with 1,100 yards. What say you?
If he plays all 17 games, I think 1,400.
Whoa.
He was on pace for that last year in that 6-game span. He was on pace for 100-something catches. If you took those 6 games where he was killing it, having 8-9 catches a game, multiple touchdowns, he was on pace for a 14-touchdown, 1,400-something yard, and like 98 or 108 catches. Like if you took those 6-game span where he was killing it and equated that to 17 games, he was going to blow it up. And now you got a better offensive line. You're going to have longer drives. You're going to have more, opportunities. I'm huge on Moore. I think Moore could be unstoppable, to be completely honest, as a wide receiver. I would say he could push 1,500 because I think he'll get 80, 90 a game. 17 games, that's 14, high 14s, low 15s, I believe.
Okay, but let's remember during that stretch, I don't think they played like Denver. Sometimes you run it, Pittsburgh is a tough team. We might be able to run the ball and pound the ball. Like there's going to be games where we don't get a lot of passing yards, maybe.
But that's why I say averaging 90. He might have a 140-yard game one week and then a 60-yard game next week, still averaging out to over 90 a game.
Right.
I'm huge on Moore.
I think that if we do the average for what people are saying, we're coming in at about 1,300 because a lot of people are saying 1,200. You're saying 1,400. We're coming in at 1,300. Get Mo Bob is probably jumping out a window.
I'm saying he's 2 years away from smashing Cooper Kupp's record.
Okay. Look, I have his jersey. You know that if I was to get a tattoo of any Jet, like if I was to add to that tattoo or do it on the other side, it would be number 8. He's my boy. Everybody knows it that knows me. I'm trying to be like calm with him though, because I don't want to be so biased. Yeah. Because I love him. I believe so heavily in the kid. So no one would be happier in the world if he broke out with 1,400 to 1,500 yards and in the future became the new Cooper Kupp. Like no one, I'd be so happy, man. It would be like,
well, that part I was sarcastic about, but everything else, I think he's going to live 14 to 16 year in and year out. That's healthy.
That's insane. Do. Well, then one day we're going to have to pay him $32 million a year to keep him. So
absolutely. Or we trade him for a haul, right? Yeah. I know it's going to suck, but that's what people have been doing with these wide receivers. The way these guys are coming into the NFL ready from day one, that's why they're getting moved, because it's not far-fetched anymore to get, there used to be 6 to 8 good wide receivers in the league. Now you got 30 to 40. So why make such a heavy commitment if you can replenish and replace with younger guys?
Mm-hmm.
Not that I want to trade more, but it is something that we may have to discuss one day if he does that well.
Now, Mo Dean would argue that Zach Wilson's not going to even be able to pass for 1,300 yards total because he sucks.
Catch and run, man. You throw an 8-yard pass and a guy can take it 75 yards. You get credit for the 75 yards, not the 8. So I think with Wilson and Moore and what we're building, it's going to be not so many point to Corey Davis and go highlights as it's going to be short passes that the guys are athletic. Cole in the Buffalo game last year, Elijah Moore in the Miami game. This system is going to be catch and run, where if the ball's delivered on time, you're going to be able to have more breakaway touchdowns instead of 12 play drives.
Okay, so I personally have a hot take where I think Elijah Moore is going to have a game where he gets over 200 yards this season. I think he's going to have a game where he gets like 2 70-yard plus receptions, and then a couple of other big plays throughout, receptions throughout the game, and he's going to be that guy. He's going to have like a 200-yard game for us. So that'll help him get to 1,300. The next guy we'll do is Garrett Wilson. Remembering everybody that he is a rookie, although very special and talented.
I'm going same as Davis, around 650.
Okay.
I think Davis will have a better start, and Wilson will have a better ending, but I think they both end up about the same. I think it's both around 650, 700.
Okay. Vino's saying 800. Arkansas is saying 874. Modine saying 450.
What's up, Vino?
Now I'm eating these chocolate-covered power fruit blueberry things, from Trader Joe's.
I watch Married with Children. You can't lie to me. I know what a bonbon is.
Wow, Braden is saying 800. I think we have to say, based on what they're all saying, I think we're somewhere around 720. Which is believable because he might have like some big plays, like an 80-yard touchdown reception. He's a big play guy.
I want to ask the chat: are you guys throwing out an expectation or what their ceiling is? What do you, like the best case scenario? What are you guys throwing out there? Are we throwing out? If we're throwing out the best case scenario for every wide receiver, obviously that's going to inflate Wilson's numbers tremendously.
No, we're trying to throw out realistic expectations. Now, if Corey Davis is 650, I can believe Garrett Wilson would be 720. If Corey Davis was 720, I can believe Garrett Wilson would be 650. You know what I mean? Like one of them is going to have a little bit more than the other. One of them is going to just have some bigger plays or more success than the other. So I think
Mo Dean just says, I'm just throwing the exact yards out they're going to have.
Yeah, I think the hottest take on here is saying 1,300 for Elijah Moore, but fine. A lot of people agree he's going to have a very big breakout year. He is a big play receiver. He's the kind of receiver that might get some very big, like remember that one against Miami? My God, that was amazing. So
chunk plays, right?
Yeah, big chunk plays. So, and not only big chunk plays, but I think he's going to eventually become the highest receptions on the team receiver. I think he's going to be a guy that has games where he gets 8 receptions, 9 receptions. I could see that happening because he's a great route runner. He runs every kind of route. He plays every position. I could see him getting short passes. I could see him getting long passes, screen passes. There's nothing I'd put past him. So I think and he's going to be on the field a lot.
Feed him nonstop. Yeah. I just think he's going to be, by the end of his 4th season, I think he's got 500 catches, which means he's got an average, about 110 the next 4 years. I think it's doable. If he's healthy, God, knock on wood, if Elijah Moore's playing 16, 17 games a season, I think 110 is very realistic for him. How Miami used Waddle last year, and he had 104 catches as a rookie, is how I see us using Moore. Get the ball in his hands as much as you can. He's got the quickness, the lateral movement to make something out of nothing. I don't want to say Tyreek Hill-ish in terms of his explosiveness, but I think Tyreek Hill-ish in terms of how we try to get the ball into his hands, even on short passes, and watch his creativity.
Well, Elijah Moore is great at creating separation, and so is Garrett Wilson. So the nice thing for for Zach is if they give him enough time to go through the progressions, and he's quicker and he develops well, he's going to have open receivers to throw to. Now there is a guy named Braxton Berrios, and he's going to get some yards because there's plays designed for him. We're not counting his running yards. We're talking about now his receiving yards. How many yards do we think Berrios is going to get receiving? I would like to remind everybody about the way he ended last season, but say everybody was hurt and he was the only option. So we have to kind of take when everybody was healthy, and then when everybody was hurt, and maybe look in the middle of that per game yardage, like. And I'm seeing people already around the 400 to 500 range. What do you think, Nick?
I say give me about 4. If he's above 4, that means we had some injuries and he played more than we expected to.
Okay, and remember, he'll get some rushing yards from scrimmage because he's going to do some sweeps. He's going to do some plays like that too. So let's just put him in for 400.
Yeah. He might even throw one.
Huh?
He might even throw one.
Yeah, but that won't count as receiving yards. So
I'm saying there's going to be a package of plays. There's going to be ways he can affect the game without just catching the ball. He'll have some runs. He'll have some jet sweeps. He might be in the backfield for a play. They're going to be creative. He'll have impact yards, but he's not going to have massive yardage.
I'm upping him to 450 because a lot of people think he's going to be in the 500. So I'm going to give him like an extra 50 to just the 400. So we're going to go 450. So we're going to have Modine nail it on the head. That's what Modine said. He's right in the middle. Probably the most optimistic thing I've ever heard him say. And now let's do the Jeff Smith Mims DC Montgomery combination, meaning we don't know who it's going to be, but let's just say like the rest, right? So now we're thinking Mims. We're thinking Jeff Smith. If only one of them make the team, if both of them make the team, what can we expect from the rest of that room? Like 200?
Just wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
I would say 250.
Arkansas 300. Arkansas, how you doing? How you doing, Arkansas? That's what Vino wants to know. How you doing? Mims 225 for Modine. He's being a little more optimistic.
What's up, Snowball?
Braden's saying 250. Knob is saying 444.
Oh, wait. I have a prediction based off of last week's chat.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
3.1. 394. 394.
Becton's weight from last week.
No. I think our average, though, to be honest, is somewhere around 300. So let's put in 300. Because remember, Mims might get 200, and Jeff Smith might get 100. You know what I mean? Like, because one of them gets hurt for a game and it comes off the practice squad. I mean, shit happens.
I feel like it's Thanksgiving. I'm going to go to the couch, unbuckle or untie the basketball shorts, and just kick my feet up for like 10 minutes. I'll be listening.
Okay. This is so funny that
that felt good.
Now we're going to go into the tight end room, and we're going to start with Conklin.
Oh,
how many yards do we think Conklin is going to? What's up, Buffalo? What's up, brother?
I'd say like 350, 400.
That's it? You think Conklin's only
going to get... putting all these other numbers out there like this, Zach's not throwing for 5,600 yards.
I don't think we're getting that.
That's why I asked if people were predicting best case scenario, because if these are average numbers, we're not
we're not going to go to 5,000 yards or anything crazy. I don't think. I think we're being realistic. Let me see.
I mean, we were at $2,000.
We're getting up there. So you're right. Okay.
$2,000 after we did Moore and Wilson, we were at $2,000 just between them. That's when I asked.
How many did you say for Conklin? I mean, he is going to be sharing the ball a lot. So 450.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's best case scenario for Conklin.
So then let's say 400, because not everybody's going to have the best case scenario. But he's a good receiving tight end, so it's not ridiculous to think he can get 400 yards. Okay, and now what about Ozuma?
I think 455 is realistic, considering that
Oh, so you think he's going to get more than Conklin?
I do, because I think he's the better blocker, so he'll be out there more, and you can run more play action off of the sets that he's in. You know what I'm saying? Like schematic wise.
I'm going to put him in for 500. Okay, what about Jeremy Rucker? Do you think he gets anything?
I think this is a learning year. I would say very, very minimal for Rucker.
100 yards?
150 is good. Maybe a couple touchdowns. You know, he gets a dozen catches as a third tight end, as a rookie. I mean, I think if you're expecting anything fantastic, you're drinking.
Well, I mean, if he was if they didn't sign those two tight ends and they only signed one, or if they didn't sign any, and it was just they drafted Ruckert, and they still had Croft, or whatever, and Griffin, then I'd say, oh, he's going to get 400 or 500 because they're going to force him on the field. But that they're going to have the luxury of not forcing him on the field. He's not going to have to be up there too much. They're going to get to develop him and keep the baby in the oven, which is nice. So Rucker, we're just going to put 100 yards. Now we got to go to the running back room. Let's start with Breece Hall. How many yards do we think Breece Hall's going to get?
Catching, I would say 300 to 400.
Okay.
I think Breece Hall is going to be the man out of the backfield, and I think you're going to see a very nice package of plays set up for him for pass catching, as well as what he's going to do in the run game.
Okay, so we'll put him in for 350.
Uzomah's rookie year, he had one catch for 4 yards.
Yeah.
So Ruckert's the third tight end. I'm sure Uzomah was the third tight end in 2015. But CJ's years are 1, 25, 10, 43, 27, 8, 49. He's never had 500 yards catching in a season. He's had 439 and 493. So to think he's going to come here and do better than he did with Joe Burrow in an elite offense last year, I don't see it.
Right.
300 to 400. Because when you look at all three tight ends, if we get 300, 300, 100, that ain't bad. 700 yards from your tight end group. And without an elite tight end, we don't have a Kittle, we don't have a Kelsey. We're not going to overfeed the tight ends. It's going to be natural, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to lower CJ to 400. Right now, we got the tight end room at 900 yards total.
All right, and I'm going to get back into the chat comments. I'm done eating now, so I'm going to catch up as you're talking.
Okay, what about Michael Carter?
I think similar. I think 300 to 400 is a good. They might each have a big game with 70, 80 yards, but then I think it's going to even out. I think it's very similar between Hall and Carter.
Let's put Carter a little bit less because of less snaps and say 300. How about that?
Okay.
Just because we think Hall's going to get more snaps. And if it's vice versa, then the numbers will be vice versa. So it doesn't matter. It'll even out.
Okay.
So those are we got the running backs, we got the wide receivers, we got the tight ends. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that would get receiving yards. Connor McDermott.
Yeah, what's 2 yards or what? A 2-point conversion, so it doesn't. Oh, was it a touchdown last year, right?
You think Nick Bawden would get 50 yards? Can we put him in for 50?
Oh, all right. Moment of silence. Thank you for bringing it up, everyone watching. Moment of silence. Nick Bawden and someone who has become the most popular thing we talk about on the show, the California girl, his fiance now. So Nick Bawden is officially engaged as of yesterday.
He's not stupid.
On my show, we know how much we love to talk. We're going to have a moment of silence right now for her being taken off the market.
Oh, he's going to knock her up. She's going to have babies, and it's going to ruin everything.
She's already got a baby, and she still looks like that.
Oh, my God. She has
moment of silence, Jeremy. Do you know what moment of silence is, my friend?
Okay.
All right, man. I'm good. We can continue now.
Okay. So, do we put him in for 50 yards?
I just think no. I just think put a miscellaneous between a fourth tight end if Yeboah gets called up for an injury, or Tevin Coleman, Ty Johnson. I would say put a miscellaneous 150 to cover everybody.
Okay. Let me figure out what that means for Zach Wilson this year.
Vino disappearing, and 2 minutes later last week saying, "All right, I'm back." It was fantastic.
My boy Zach Wilson is going to throw for this many yards based on
9,700
brilliant calculations.
I would say that came out to about 53, which I don't think is realistic. I think we overshot it. 53.25 is my projection of what you come up with.
$5,120.
5,120. All right.
5,120. 5,120. So according to us, by doing the receivers, he's going to throw for 5,100 yards.
I hope this is how much Nick Bowden's girlfriend throws for with me. 69, 69, 69. I will say this. I do not think there's any chance in hell Zach Wilson throws for 5,000 yards in the first 6 years of his career. Because at this point, I believe we are going to be that run team first. Now, could he evolve like Tom Brady did? No one saw Tom Brady doing that after his rookie year, right? Or not his rookie year, his first year when he took over for Bledsoe. But he evolved because the offense evolved, the talent evolved. You know, you brought in Wes Welker and Randy Moss. Like those 5,000-yard seasons, those 50-touchdown seasons were now happening. But you didn't think that was happening as of day one. So I think the max for Zach this year is about 4,400 to 4,500. If it's more than that, I think we're losing a lot, and he's got to throw late in games.
Yeah. Well, he's not getting 5,100 yards passing this year. So
I mean, who knows, right? No one expected Patrick Mahomes in year 2 to do what he did, or his first year starting, and Joe Burrow went ballistic. I mean, but I just don't see it with our offensive scheme.
But I think the good thing is what that means, though, is that we can honestly say that we don't have to think that these receivers or tight ends are a bust if their numbers don't look alarmingly high. It's just that we have a lot of good targets.
Yeah.
And it's going to be spread around because the only person we went really high on was Elijah Moore. We didn't go nuts with any other player. Like 650 for Corey Davis is conservative. 720 for Garrett Wilson is, I guess, a little reaching, but not crazy. Not insanity. Berrios 450. That's not crazy. Conklin 400. No tight end. 400. Hall and Carter 350, 300. That might be ambitious.
They do have. I mean, they do have the same birthday, right? So maybe we reset the market when Zach Wilson's mom popped them out on Tom Brady's birthday. Agreed. So, here's the thing, though. Something that we're not equating into this. We've been so accustomed to wide receiver by committee, tight end by committee. You gotta remember, if you have that number one dog, it's going to take away from Berrios. It's going to take away from your second and third tight end. Like when we had Brandon Marshall and Decker, everybody else took a hit, right? Yeah. It was Marshall, Decker, and Enunwa, and they played, and they got fed the ball. Having the star, which we now have in my firm belief, it's going to be a heavy dose of feeding him the ball as long as the other team can't eliminate him. And then the opportunities, if he does get eliminated, will increase for everybody else. But I am a big, firm believer that this is feed me the ball more. If we're passing, Moore's route running, his ability to get open, his ability to make moves and separation, I'm fascinated with. As you know, we've been in great depth about my fascination of his route running and his ability to not slow down in cuts and anything like that. I just think we're going to have a potential top 10 receiver. Obviously, fantasy-wise, when you talk about receivers, the stats, I think he's going to be 100+ catches, 1,400 yards, a dozen touchdowns. I really, really do. I think Elijah Moore can be unstoppable with his route running. And if they use him the right way and he stays healthy, it's going to affect everyone else's numbers, except Zach's, right? Zach's it'll help, but the other guys in the system, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
I think we're going to run heavy too. We are, but we're also going to have more out on that field. And if you put one guy, you put a safety up in the box, and it's one safety deep, man, some play action with Moore and Wilson flying deep with one safety. I'm fascinated with that. I would love to see that.
It's going to be interesting when we play like 11 personnel and you have Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson just, exploding. Like, just have them each run their route, but, and just the havoc of having to cover those two speedsters,
Yeah.
And at the same time having like Corey Davis running across the middle 20 yards deep, this big monster target.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be interesting to see, Zach, go through the progressions of these guys and how is the defense going to cover these three guys. And then maybe you have in that 11 personnel a Breece Hall swinging out, so he's going for a pass coming through now, pulling out the linebacker out of the middle because somebody's got to move up and get to him. I just think that we're becoming to sound or feel like a dangerous team. Like there's a lot of weapons, and it's I'm starting to think if I was the other team, I'd start to worry about that. Man, they got a lot of weapons. How do we stop these guys?
Yeah. And Nob, this is what I was going to say when Jeremy was done, and you kind of took the lead here with it for me. This is going to be a difficult year for us to predict it because it's the first year we have all these weapons. Next year will be easier to predict because we have our baseline, which would be this year. Yeah. So you're right with this. This is exactly what I was going to say. We have legitimate depth at every position on offense to affect the passing game. And now it's going to be we're doing the same time again.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, I got Nicholas and Sophia with their birthdays. I got the Superman tattoo when I was 18.
But mine, he needed to do it more in the front. You can't certainly see it unless I sit at an angle. It's like, yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, forget about
it. In my microphone.
Forget about it.
Yeah, whenever you adjust the microphone, you got to do it with the left arm coming across the front.
Yeah. Let me adjust my microphone a little bit here. Yeah.
What round do we draft Breece and Moore? I've been doing mocks already, Kelly, and I've seen Breece going late 3, early 4. And with Moore, I think Moore can go from 4 to 6. Just because they're Jets and they won't get respected. I think Jets fans and leagues may reach a little bit to get the guy that they like. I know I've been guilty of that at times in the past. Hold on. Wait, let me do the comment. I'm trying to go through the comments. You're jumping around.
Well, Iowa Jets fan said something funny.
Since when? We'll get past the 4th round. Oh, 10. I'm going 12-man leagues. 10-man leagues? Yeah, I think more should be there in a 10-man league. So that's okay. Somebody stop me. Sweet. I didn't even have to buy tickets for this gun show. Sun's out, guns out. Yeah, my AC has been having a little trouble here in the living room on days when it's been hot, like yesterday and today. So it gets to like 74 in here, even when I have the air on full blast. And then in the middle of the night when the sun's gone and the building cools off, being on the 2nd floor, I wake up at like 3 a.m. and it's like 63 degrees. I'm sorry. When this stream ends and I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like 63 degrees in here.
Oh, Mark Reese has a good question, and I know my answer. I think we made it very obvious.
Breece Hall.
Yeah, because it's running back. Because it's running back. But I think the most successful pick is going to be Elijah Moore.
I don't. I think Breece Hall's going to run for over 1,200. I think it's going to be a full dose.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. If I had to put down numbers on Breece Hall, I'm going to put down 1,283 running with 9 rushing touchdowns.
1,283. If it actually ended up at 1,283,
Agreed.
I'll fucking get another tattoo on the other arm.
Proud New York Jets fans.
I'll get another arm on the other side of my. No,
I'll get another arm.
No, I'll get 1283 put on my other arm.
By Nick. 1283 by Nick. I want my name on your body somehow if I predict 1283.
1283 by Nick.
1283 by Brees and Nick. Overall, Jets defensive tackles. Am I clear to hop on the floor? All right, Arkansas. Let me get you.
Nalty's coming in with all kinds of great news.
Nick gets to do that. I have no artistic ability. I'll just be proud with my name. How about the rookies painting the Jets logo with the bright hats on? Yeah, did you see that? Did you see the rookies painting the Jet logo? If you go to New York Jets on Facebook, I shared it too. If you go to my page, I shared it.
Beautiful.
And it's Wilson, Sauce, and Hall trying to paint the Jet logo. Like the NFL did this to all rookies of all teams. All right,
J. Cole's dad.
What's the dad say? J. Cole's dad. Yeah.
Best player on the Jets.
If it's 12, I changed my prediction, my request. If it's 1283, I want you to get a J. Cole dancing tattoo.
Should I go to eat a York peppermint patty? Am I in the mood for that?
Did you already?
No. Should I?
I'm reading that wrong then. All right,
I'm saying, should I go down and get a York peppermint patty?
I would wait a little bit.
Really? Okay.
All right, no, I'm kidding. Go. Give me 2 seconds. Let me email.
An hour, dude. Before it really affects my stomach, if you know what I mean.
All right, let me get.
Besides, I need to scrub this plate down, the pizza rolls.
Who's last?
Let me go.
Where are we? All right, let me. All right, let me get best player on the Jets will be the punter. I think we're past those years of Tom Hennessy and the punter, Mo. 75.4 yards per game if he gets. I think that's realistic in a run-first scheme with an alpha 1A running back. I think he could go more than that, man. I think I'm being conservative with that in this scheme. If he's healthy, don't know. I haven't seen him in my show or Jeremy's or anywhere else. I don't know if he is watching and staying quiet. I don't know. I hope everything's all right with him. Yes, eat the candy. Wait, are we calling in? Mark Rest, text me your email. Text me on my phone your email. We'll start off. We'll bring you and Arkansas in. So Buffalo, I'm not that far off saying that, right? Like those 6 weeks, he was outstanding. So nice. I like when someone can back up what I think is my crazy talk with stats. I like that shit. Keep them in the freezer. Oh, John, you don't know the peppermint patties he's gonna have. They're well taken care of. I may talk. Just use Facecam. Can you use the Facecam when you get home? If it's it. I gotta find your email. I got it on my phone. Oh, Yankees won 6-1. 2 wins today. Put up 19 runs today, and then 2 victories for the Yankees. I like that. All right, let me get the link here. Sent. course, Mark, your freaking email has the word lame in it. Be so lame. All right, let me get the link here. Done. I'm going to forward this to Mark. Yeah. All right, give me a second here, gentlemen. Yeah. All right, yours is sent. Oh. Arkansas, I just texted you back. Give me your email again. He's gonna need about 10 of those. Oh no, Kelly, these aren't regular peppermint patties. These are special adult peppermint patties. If he has 10, he might die. Oh, Arkansas, what I used to do, I would take the phone, turn it sideways, and like lean it against something that's like strong enough to hold it, and that usually did the trick. Oh, was he naughty? All right, let me catch up here. Where we going? I think we sweep Pats and Fins. That's why, because you changed your freaking name, Arkansas. Copy email. There we go. All right, let's get that over. Gmail. Mark, it should be sent. Let me know if you got it. Forward. Sorry for the downtime, guys. Here, this is production. And paste. Sent. All right. Mark in Arkansas, you're sent. Mark in Arkansas, start thinking about. We're going to go through the 5 most valuable players or members of the Jets for this season, not Zach Wilson or Robert Saleh. Once we get everyone in here, we will start that part of the show. And then after that, as always, we know the chat takes the lead and we go for as long as you want. That's what she said. Yankees won. Nice. Vino, Yankees, Jets. You're like me, bro. You're part of the minority. There's not many of us out there. We're the rarity. My son said to my buddy's a Giant and Yankee fan, and he was over the other day. And my son goes, Giants and Yankees, you're weird, bro. And my buddy looks and goes, nah, fucking dad and you are the weird ones. I'm the normal one. And I was like, he's right, Nick. And out from under, look, you're like a wrestler coming into like ECW in like the 1990s.
I forgot I had a drink, so now I have 2 drinks, but that's okay. I got General So chicken.
Nice.
That sucks out here. It's not like home.
We have a newbie to the show tonight. He did a very good job last week with his contributions. We found out later in the show that he's actually pretty young. He's 14. He's from Arkansas, and it's Jack, aka Arkansas Jet fan. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Jeremy?
What's going on, man?
Oh, just what's up to Jeremy, huh, bud?
Yeah, just Jeremy.
He said, "What's up, Nick?" He said, "What's up, Nick?"
What's up, man?
Nothing much.
Jeremy's eating, sharing. All right, yin and yang. Nick drinks a gallon of water, and Jeremy downs peppermint patties. Yo, I had the Woodbridge Township Firework Festival yesterday, and we were in the park at 4:00 and didn't leave until 11. So Nick was napping Nick, and I am slamming this gallon to get hydration in before I start crushing beers. Once we start this part of the show, I'm waiting for Mark Riss to get in here now. Obviously, he's not very gifted with technology like me.
Who's coming in?
Mark Riss. So yeah, in an hour show, I almost drank the whole gallon of water. So Jack, what position you playing in basketball, man? I've coached basketball since 1996.
Usually
before you were alive.
Usually guard, like shooting guard.
Nice.
Yeah.
a set shooter, a catch and shoot, penetrate, pull up off the dribble?
Not that good of a shooter, to be honest. I'm more of just do some moves, kind of drive to the rim.
Nice.
Yeah.
America, fuck yeah, coming again this
America.
motherfucking day, yeah, America, fuck yeah. What's up, Mark? Welcome, buddy.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
What up?
What's up, Jarek? You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
You're clear, man.
Awesome.
Hey, Jeremy, is this
Yeah.
comment from John Nolte on the screen true?
What? John Cole was on Wednesday on Jeremy's stream. Yeah, he comes on sometimes and calls me the betrayer and everything.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't in the stream; he was in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, just the
Okay,
chat.
I thought he came on the show the way John said it. I got you now.
No, he just comes into the chats to say that I'm a betrayer and I betrayed him and I'm not his father anymore and I'm not invited to his wedding and he's not making me chicken cutlets. Oh, you missed it. He also threatened to, like, when he found out I was going to the game, he threatened to come find me and confront me. And I was
That's
like,
why you asked me to drive you to the game. Now it all makes
No.
sense.
No. But
All right, let me catch up with the. Oh, someone's like, oh, he's gonna have like 10 peppermint patties. I go, no, these are adult peppermint patties. If he has 10 of them, he's gonna die.
What are the edibles?
Yeah.
I ate a whole peppermint patty, and my wife said, "You ate the whole thing?" I said, "What?" And she reminded me. She goes, "We always split it in half." I was like, "Oh, shit."
Bad husband, Jeremy.
No. How about OD, Jeremy?
Former husband, Jeremy. Jeremy's eating one on the toilet before he comes back. Did he grunt to lift up that flag? That's fucking great. I love that butthole. That's what she said. I'm a Jets Yankee. All right, so there's a lot of Jets Yankee fans in here. I was bringing up about how it's rare. Mark, what are you for baseball? Are you
That's
Yankee
a weird
fan?
combo.
Are you Met fan?
Unfortunately, yeah. Jets, Mets, Knicks,
Oh, it's
Devils.
better. The finger's better.
Yeah.
I hear they're saying currently doing something. Who's coming on? Names. Back to that from last week. Name of the sex tape. Singlet is fantastic. Oh, is that a singlet? Is that a tank top or a singlet? Right.
It's a onesie.
It's
It goes
got
down
buttons.
to right. It's just all
It's got the buttons under the
balls
balls.
there. Yep. For the bathroom.
What are you, a wrestler?
John, no, on Clutch was on before. Clutch is the one from the Chiefs. He was the other kid who was on. Arkansas Jack hasn't been on with us yet.
Yeah, this is my first time on.
Get Mobile says I get what's coming to me by J. Cole, like that, because I let him on a stream.
What's up, JFU? How you doing, buddy? Can't see the guys with all the freedom on the screen. All right,
It's
so
4th of July. Come on. I'm
I
like
love
Kenny
how
Powers.
4th of July has turned into Christmas, where it's not just one day anymore. It becomes like it's June 26th. Well, it's 4th of July. If I'm going to start wearing my USA stuff, it's turned into a season now instead of a day.
I'm like Kenny Powers coming out for Mexican baseball.
Yes, yes.
Fucking Hulk Hogan. I am a real American.
Awesome.
Fight for the rights of
Yeah. Dude, it's so weird. Like, I have you guys on and then you're behind me. Can't.
Oh, that's great. Why does Marcus never knock on your door? Because freedom rings. Who threatened to drop Green Bean? Oh, is that still J. Cole, John?
He threatened to drop. Oh yeah, he said that when he confronts me. I said, I'm going to be standing around a lot of people. Green Bean will be there. He said, I'll drop Green Bean in 2 minutes. One thing I didn't mention to him that I forgot was, dude, there's a very good chance that when I'm hanging out in the parking lot before the game, that somewhere near me within 10 feet is going to be Nick Shine.
I'm past my days of trying to escape the state police, though, in that parking lot, man.
I know.
Did it once with
They're
helicopters. I did it once with helicopters tracking me down. Did I ever tell you
didn't
guys that story?
Helicopters try to track you down?
State troop helicopters were trying to track me down, yes. It was the stadium opener. It was the Monday night game against Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time there in the stadium. And where we tailgate next to the Giant in Lot K is the Giants practice facility. There's the blue fence that wraps around.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in that parking lot. And I started chucking our garbage bags full of beer cans over the fence onto the Giant field. And one of the Giant people comes over on their little golf cart and it's like, yo, I just called it in to the state police. They're coming out now to get you guys. I'm like, okay, thanks for the heads up. Meanwhile, it's half an hour to the game. I start walking through the parking lot. I'm zigzagging through the rows. 6 state trooper cars come flying in back there.
Oh, my God.
My cousin's with me. My cousin goes, take off your shirt and give me your hat. Now, back then, I used to wear like the Hanes white undershirts. But when you dry them all the time, they shrink, and I was 100 pounds heavier. So I'm basically walking through the parking lot in a white T-shirt that's like a halter top on me with about that much of my belly exposed.
Oh, my God.
Helicopters start coming around about 150 to 200 feet over ground, going up and down all the aisles. I make it all the way up to the stadium, and now we're behind the state trooper who's standing at the gate, and I'm right behind him in line, and he goes, let me get this right. You want me to find a 6'5", 400-pound white guy with a green hat and a green shirt at a Jets game? And now I'm behind him, and I just start like dancing like Beavis and Butthead. I just start, because I made it out. At the end of the game, I would not go back to the car. There was cops waiting for me to go back. They picked me up almost by Route 3 to get out of there. The next week, we get there. There's a dumpster where we tailgate. The people are going around handing out garbage bags to everybody. I was like, I did a good deed. I'm like, I cleaned the whole place up. I'm like, I've watched girls get sexually assaulted near porta potties, and nothing gets done. I littered on the Giant field with 3 bags of Quick Check beer cans, and all of a sudden, there's cops everywhere.
Oh my
God. Things that you see in that parking lot and in that stadium, and in the old stadium with the stairway or the
bro, there was one like A wing or whatever it was, one of them A or B.
Yeah,
people would just go berserk.
Yeah, girls would be flashing, would be throwing money down. People would throw money down, and it would get down to the bottom. And if you tried to jump the railing on ground level, everybody just threw beers down at you. Like it was like setting the bait and waiting for someone dumb enough to take it, and then you just bombarded them with pretzels, hot dogs, beer, everything. This is when beer and hot dogs were reasonably priced at $5 or $6, and you can go get another one. Now that they're $14, there's no way I'm throwing a hot dog at anybody. I don't care how upset I'm getting. Not gonna lie, I thought Iowa moved to Arkansas and changed his name. I was about 30 years younger than you expected.
Dude, how's Iowa's GoFundMe going?
Oh, Iowa, do we have any update on your GoFundMe status?
Is he there?
I know I donated some money, and then somebody told me from my community page that they went on and donated some money. So
I took it back. I donated, but
Vino says, I feel like I'm in an 8th grade algebra Zoom class. Jeremy's the principal, just in. Mark's the teacher, and I'm the janitor who somehow clicked on the wrong link.
Custodial sciences.
It's going all right. It's about 200. Not bad, man. Cover the flight out here. The rest is easy. All right, let's get into this. So we're not going to pick Zach Wilson, and we're not going to pick Robert Saleh. Or obviously, it's in season 2. We're not going to take Douglas. Let's go over the most valuable members of the Jets, the most valuable members to the Jets having success this season. Mark, you are our first guest to pop in. I'll throw it to you first. You can pick one.
Top 5 most valuable.
Yeah, give me one. We'll go one each. We'll do 8. We'll go around the room twice and give everybody 2 picks.
All right. I like to see someone that protects Zach Wilson. So I guess I'm going to say I don't even know if it's Mekhi Becton. It might be Fant. So whoever is his blind side.
Left tackle. All right.
Yeah,
we'll go generic for now. We'll go left
Becton
tackle.
or Fant. My bad.
All right. George Fant, Mekhi Becton, Carlo. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, give me Jack. What's up, buddy? Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the man who is going to lead the Jets in sacks this season, Carl Lawson.
Let's go.
All right. All right. I like it. Peppermint Patty?
I'm going to go with the guy that might get more sacks than Carl Lawson, Quinnen Williams.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
He's not really a sack guy, but
Well, I mean, he was drafted to be. He hasn't been.
I like the way he said that. Not really.
Yeah, it was very smooth.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Not because he's going to get like crazy amounts of sacks, because Carl Lawson is great at raising havoc. He's great at creating pressure and rushes and all that stuff. But he's never been a guy that finishes and gets a very high volume of sacks. And I learned this from Buffalo Jets fan. What's going to happen is you're going to have these edges coming in and crashing the quarterback and forcing him to step up in the pocket. And it's going to be a feast and famine or whatever. It's going to be a buffet for Quinnen Williams. And I think that he got 7 last year. He might very well, with those edges, he might get 10, 11, and that might be enough to lead the team.
Agree. You guys kind of took everybody that I was thinking about the first. Mike LaFleur. I'll take LaFleur. I think LaFleur
it's a good pick.
Is the key. When you look at the Giants, when the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls, I think they were 9-7 and 1 as a wild card. That's when it clicked in my head in 2007 that having a hot coordinator is just as important as having a hot quarterback. Because you look at what Steve Spagnuolo did with that defense, and they weren't ranked very highly. They were middle of the pack, if not lower. I think one year they played the Patriots. They were the number 30 and 31 pass defenses in the league. But Spagnuolo got hot at the right time, right? And then they were winning games because of the coordinator. And give me Mike LaFleur, because if we're going to be successful, Mike LaFleur is going to have a lot of games that were very complimentary about his play calling, right? Like we're winning some of these games early with Miami, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and the Ravens. If we're winning those games, somebody had to get hot. Somebody had to make great third down calls on top of the execution. Either Ulbrich with blitzes, LaFleur with rollouts, or disguised plays. Give me that. So after the first round, we got left tackle, Carl Lawson, Quinnen Williams, Mike LaFleur. Mark, go ahead. Start off round 2. We'll go back the same way.
Got
You
it.
do like a snake draft.
But Nick, I have a question for you.
Shoot, buddy.
Or whatever. What if LaFleur is so good and Saleh is like wishy-washy, right? And somebody wants to hire LaFleur. Would you fire Saleh and then promote LaFleur because it helps
No.
Wilson?
I don't think
Or would
so.
you let him go?
I think
That's
you let him.
interesting.
I think you let LaFleur go. I think that the Johnsons, Joe Douglas, I don't think they're going to be wishy-washy on Saleh. I think that they love his leadership. They love his mentality. Now, LaFleur has shown so far he's more of an X's and O's guy and not a pure leadership guy, but he's also still 34, 35 years old, so he's young. LaFleur is in his late 40s, so mid-40s, late 40s. So I think I think the great leader of men is better than the X's and O's at this point for us. So at this point, I'd say you keep Saleh. And Saleh is all about guys promoting and getting hired from underneath him. Like he wants to have a good coaching tree.
Yeah.
So I don't see us making that coordinator over head coach move because Saleh is a very, very good head coach and great leader.
Right, I agree.
So
next one is Sauce Gardner.
Good call. Jack, what do you got?
I'm thinking there's been 3 defensive players taken. I'm going to go with the guy who kind of controls that entire side of the team, and I'm going to go with Jeff Ulbrich.
Nice. Yeah.
Very, very smooth, kid. Very smooth. Kid came in with another coach. A lot of people are down on him. But this kid says, no, we gave him talent this year, and this coach is going to know how to use that talent, and he's going to show everybody that when you give him the right tools, he can coach this defense, and he can help us win some games. By the way, they got Chinese food?
Can I ask Snowball, am I Grew? Oh, no, obviously Jeremy Grew. I'm James Hetfield. That's weird.
Jack, you got Chinese food in Arkansas?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, they got places? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a golf cart?
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm looking at that. I'm like, that's a golf cart?
Everybody in Arkansas has a golf cart. How do you think you get from one side of your land to the other side?
Yeah. No, I actually live in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you take the golf cart to play basketball?
Yeah.
That's badass.
Bro, Iowa, drive your golf cart down to the Jets game.
Is that electric? You charge that every night?
Yeah, just kind of leave it plugged in whenever you're not using it.
Man, I want a golf cart. If I was visiting you, I'd be in that golf cart for you'd have to drag me off of it.
Yeah.
If you were visiting
I'll
a
be back
14-year-old, you'd probably be in a state penitentiary.
Yeah. Not sure you'd fit in the golf cart. I'm kidding.
But
You don't have to
dude, I got
apologize.
kindergartners. I got 2 kindergartners. Well, they're going to be first graders. These 2 girls that run over to me every time they see me. They'll run away from their teacher in class, run over to me, smack me on my stomach, and say, "Fat belly, fat belly."
Here, I'll be back in 1 second. I gotta go get some real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna make my pick now. Okay.
Yeah.
Brees Hall.
Let's go.
All right.
If Brees Hall rushes for 1,200 yards like you predict, that's a pretty big impact player, huh?
He's so good. He's so good.
I'm having the last selection here. I'm gonna make a generic one. I'm going to say the health and cohesion of our offensive line. With Vera Tucker moving to the right, Tomlinson coming in, Becton coming back, not knowing what side Fant and Becton are going to be on, the cohesion of our offensive line will be one of the most valuable parts of us being successful. So not only just the individual guys winning their individual matchups, but our offensive line as a whole coming together, the multiple position change, Tomlinson coming to a new team, Becton coming back, Fant possibly moving to left, Becton possibly moving to right, Vera Tucker already going to right. Does McGovern do better now without Van Rotten next to him? So, yeah.
That's a huge flop. You're right. It's like the whole entire line is flopped.
Yeah. McGovern being the only guy in the same position from last year.
Yeah, Fant, Tomlinson flip, AVT, possible Becton flip, and then the governor in the middle. But yeah, you're right. It's a big switch.
But like John Nolte, I don't think you understand. Not only do we have the
now we're
golf
getting
cart,
a tour.
we have 2 golf carts.
Wow.
Good for you.
Just for Jeremy when he comes here. So you can ride 2 at once.
Oh, Jeremy will be chasing you around in one car trying to catch you. I feel like Jeremy is Gru and you're one of the minions now. He's starting to put his army together.
Oh, wow. That's going to compete with Snackers when I have a membership to the channel. Snackers or Minions is good because the kids do call me Gru. So that would be really
My name was Jeremy. Now they call me Gru.
Who wants to be
That's
one of
doing this.
my minions? It's only $2 a month.
John Halty, damn, you must be rich.
No,
He's privileged.
well, we live in a neighborhood. One of them's like a club cart, so it doesn't cost money. It just
Oh, nice.
you just kind of use it.
Vino, I have to tell you, I read this multiple times thinking the Buffalo Jet fan was losing his shit. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's just Buffalo fans.
Yeah, I
Because
misread it
whenever we
too.
talk about Buffalo here, it's
Oh, that
usually
was
Buffalo
amazing.
Jet fan.
That was amazing.
That's good shit.
The
So,
video
what
was
do you guys
great.
in the chat think? Anyone that we missed? Anyone that you think had to be on that list? Anybody that you're like shocked we didn't take? Remember, Zach and Salah were ineligible.
I think Jordan Whitehead could probably be up there.
I swear to God, you talk about him and he appears. He's always editing and listening, but you mentioned the Buffalo Jet fan, and then instantaneously you get a reply. It's like the opposite of J. Cole. Usually you mention J. Cole and he shows up with chaos. You mentioned the Buffalo Jet fan, and like he comes in with like a great comment. It's a wiki wacky. Yo, what's funny is my best friend and his family moved down to Florida a couple months ago, and Wiki Wacky is the high school that they go to. It's Wiki Wacky Hornets in Spring Hill, Florida. It's funny as hell.
Wookie Walkie Springs. There's the water park there. And Wookie Walkie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will be back. I've eaten. I've consumed beverages of H2O type. Now it's time for adult beverages. I'll be back.
I'll be back in 1 second.
Go ahead,
Yes, you and me,
Mark.
Mark.
All right.
I guess I should stop eating this General Tso chicken. Hey, so what do you think about Green Bean?
Love Green Bean. Is he feeling better?
Well, he's I think he's doing the holiday thing with
Got
his
it.
whole family because he's
Yeah.
not being very chatty. But he did reply to a text in a happy way. He wasn't complaining that he was still feeling sick or anything.
Well, that's good.
Hmm.
What's
I
your
think-
biggest concern? If we do a 4-2-5 defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we roll out CJ and Quincy's brother, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Quincy.
Yeah.
Well, Quincy Adam. Quincy.
We need a backup, don't we? Like we can't do the 4-2-5 the whole time with those two.
Well, we're not going to do it the whole time anyway. Anybody
Yeah.
saying that is out of their mind. We're going to do it the probably similar to the way we did it last year. But I mean, we're not done, right? Moves are made in camp. DQ Thomas, we got to see how good he is.
Oh, Dairy Queen?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to see if Dairy Queen's going to be a factor
Yeah.
in this. You know, and we need to see, is Sherwood healthy? Is he not healthy? Is Nazeldine going to be a factor? I mean, we just don't know.
Vino's got a good point. Jack, do we need a permission slip or anything?
It's all good. It's all good. It's okay. Jeremy looks like he's pushing 20 anyway.
Consent.
20 pieces of chicken. About what?
Permission slip.
Iowan, about what? Give me some more info on that.
Didn't he leave the enemy?
Yeah, he gave us, and then Connor gave his notice
And then
too.
Connor, right? Yeah.
I think Connor might take DJ's spot at the Daily News.
Connor sucks.
But Connor, to make that announcement a week after DJ did, I think going from the Athletic to Daily News is a much.
I like DJ, even though he's a Dolphins fan. I liked him.
I think I liked him because he was a Dolphins fan, because he wasn't he was very, very logical with all of his comments. He wasn't a hater. He wasn't a Dolphin fan. He unbiasedly did his job. And I think that fans appreciated that they knew he was a Dolphin fan, but he wasn't taking cheap shots like we would expect a Dolphin fan to. So I think he earned a lot of our respect with that. Also, everyone here, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and give it a like, leave a comment on it when we're done, do whatever the usual YouTube requests are. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Share it. Tell your friends about it. If they're a Jet fan, be like, yo, you got to follow the show. It's fun. It's a good time. Lie to them, basically.
Jack, what age do you have to be to get your driver's license in Arkansas?
I can get my permit right now if I wanted to.
You get a driver's permit at 14?
Yeah.
And then
hardship.
And then like 16, can you just be in the car on your own? Like that's it? Done?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. That's super cool, man.
Yeah.
I guess, there's more of a need to drive. It's probably not, I grew up in Brooklyn, I walk 5 minutes and jump on a bus and go anywhere I wanted. But if you live in Arkansas, there's not city buses and trains everywhere taking you wherever you want to go, right?
No.
Where are you at? Are you in the city in Arkansas, or are you like out in like country?
It's a place called Benville in Arkansas.
I bet
where
you
Walmart was made.
Iowans
Where Walmart. It's where
Iowans
Walmart was made.
Bendoverville.
You take a shot at Iowan? What does he got to do with this?
He was the first name I saw in the chat, and I know he's the type of guy who, if he had a chance, he would take the shot at me, so I had to take the shot at him. It's all in love. He knows that. He I don't want to say he drilled me, but he got me with several good jokes last week, so Iowan was on fire last week. I will give him that. Daily Snooze.
I just want to know who wins in a fight. Like who wins in a war? Iowa or Arkansas? Like who has the tougher guys? Who's
Arkansas?
Where are the men from?
Not even close.
This is gonna get good. Iowan going against a 14-year-old. This is gonna be so much more fun than him going against me with jokes.
No. It wouldn't be that. It would be like when you said the average Iowa man versus the average Arkansas man. Both 30 years old. They get into a ring. They represent the average of their state. Who wins? Arkansas is saying Arkansas wins.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Kicks Iowa's butt.
Yeah. We have infinitely more pro athletes than Iowa. It's not even close. We have Bobby Portis, Steve Atwater, Scottie Pippen. Like, it's not even close.
You named three. I think it's close. You named three. 3-0 is close.
Okay, but you're telling me this kid, when he's Iowan's age, is not going to be able to kick Iowan's butt easily? I can tell right now.
I'm sure Iowa and Iowa State. Like we just got Breece Hall from Iowa State. Is Breece Hall from Iowa?
I don't know.
Forget about college sports.
I bet you the Arkansas football team would beat Iowa.
Oh, I can't go there. Not since you had Darren McFadden. You haven't been good.
All the great wrestlers came from Minnesota, like Ric Flair and Steve Nash. Don't tell me about
Jesse the Body. How do you forget the governor, Jesse the Body Ventura?
I don't know if saying all the great wrestlers are the Arkansas.
You got +4. Nice. Buffalo. Always bringing up stats.
I love that. He tracks that stuff. I actually lost 4, so now I know where they went. Now I'm down 5.
Buffalo, are you gonna get on the call?
Look at Jack producing the show. Buffalo knows he's got an open invite. All he's got to do is just say
this
the
was
word.
The same other night.
Huh?
When both you guys were on, Jeremy was on, Buffalo was on. Then Buffalo dropped out.
Oh, now Iowans naming Iowan athletes. This is going to be good. Dan Gable, Tom and Terry Brands, real wrestlers, Olympic wrestlers.
You mean the guys that wear the tights?
Yeah. Like
Kurt Angle.
Mark looks like he just came from their practice.
Look at Mark Reese.
I feel like Kurt Angle.
Nah, what's weird to me? The weirdos are the jiu-jitsu guys. The guys in the gym doing their little hugging and laying on the ground and kicking each other with their feet. Those weird jiu-jitsu guys. I'm glad we don't have any Jets content providers that do jiu-jitsu or anything like that.
Bob Backlund.
It's an inside joke. Yeah. Bob
Rock
Backlund. Wow,
Minnesota.
Bob Backlund was something, man. Like he was like the original champion when I started watching when it was WWF.
Back when
before the Wild Forest Foundation or whatever came and started claiming that wrestling was imposing on their branding.
World Wildlife Federation.
It was ridiculous.
And then I'll never forget, I was a huge wrestling fan back then. It was, here we got the F out. That was like Vince's big promo for a while. Is we got the F out.
What do you guys think of the Arkansas hat, by the way?
Oh, nice.
It's much nicer than any Iowan hat.
Wow. 100%, I like that we've started like a civil war.
Hold on, wait. Give me 1 second.
All I know is they have much nicer and bigger and better tractors in Arkansas than they do Iowa.
Wouldn't that be wild?
All white Jets hat.
Oh, nice. Wouldn't that be wild if J. Cole popped out of his closet and started dancing? It's been a ruse the entire time of where J. Cole moved to.
Do you know how jealous he'd be right now if he was watching this?
Yes, if
he
you have a
different kid,
this would make him be able to type. He couldn't be able to hold himself back anymore.
He'd be pounding on his keyboards.
So, Jack, we asked this question of everybody who comes on, the first time meeting them. How did you become a Jet fan? Because at your age, there's no logical reason in the world you should have picked the Jets as a team with the last decade that we've had. So I'm very curious. Was it family, gunpoint? What was the turning point that made you become a Jet fan?
I was born in New York, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Probably family.
Where are we at up here?
Seaford.
Jeremy, where's that? Is that Long Island? Is that upstate? I'm New Jersey. I'm Central Jersey, so I'm not too familiar with a lot of New York.
It sounds like Long Island or along the water somewhere. As you go north. But
all right, hold on. You know how we're suckers for trivia here. Don't look it up. What player has the second most receiving yards after the age of 40? Number 1 is Jerry Rice. Number 2 is Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady. Yeah. And number 3 is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, he's not 40 yet.
Yeah, I thought he was
37 or 38.
Dude, none of the Packers have.
I forgot who number
30 years of Hall of Fame quarterbacks, right? You figure Favre and him with only 2 championships. Like, we would die to have that.
Yeah, they're complaining.
Right?
Like we won 1 Super Bowl in 30 years.
Yeah.
I would do things I can't even say with a minor on with us right now.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, I just watched Old School today. I texted Jeremy earlier. I'm like, I'm watching Old School. Then I'm going to set up the stream. All right, chat. What do we got? We got anyone in the chat? We got any topics? You guys want to throw any trivia out? We're going to let you guys take the way now and lead us where you want us to go.
John, I cannot dance.
J. Cole be dancing. Neither can J. Cole. I miss the kid in a way, man. I hope he's all right.
He comes in and out. Don't think that he's not seeing you. He's
I know.
around.
I know. We've had our serious discussions. I know we always pick on everybody, but we've had our off-air serious discussions, and there's concern there.
Yeah.
Where's Wicker Man? Mr. Adam.
Yeah, where is?
He's busy tonight?
I don't know. I'll shoot him a text.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared, huh? I think maybe he jumped off a bridge after the Mets lost like 5 in a row. I mean, Wicker is like he's like having a conniption over the Mets.
Why they're not doing well?
We'll be fine.
Are they on a losing streak?
They lost. They got swept by Houston, and then
they lost 3, and then they lost, I think, tonight too to Texas.
They're only 2.5 up on Atlanta. Holy shit! When do they play Atlanta? Anytime soon?
I think July, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. But like, I've never seen a team. The way the Mets lose their pitchers every year, it's just they just can't get pitchers that can pitch a full baseball season. It's ridiculous. Now their number 3 pitcher is out. I mean, so either 1, 2, and 3 are out. It's amazing that they're even in first place. It's incredible.
I saw some stat. The Red Sox were like 19-4. I think in June.
Wow.
What happened? You knocked yourself out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, I'm back. We're good. Yep, we're good. I went to click chat. I accidentally clicked leave.
But yeah, the Red Sox went 19-4 in June, I think, against like for their
for
the record.
Namath.
Yeah, they went 19-4,
and they only gained like a half a game. Yeah, it's crazy. Freaking crazy.
Joe Namath?
What QB has the most passing yards in a season for the Jets? How many yards?
I
know it's Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick set the record with Decker and Marshall.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know the number.
Joe Namath is the only Jet that's ever.
Yeah, Joe Namath is the only. Yeah, I think it was 4,064 or something like that.
Yeah, he's the only Jets quarterback to throw over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick set the touchdown record.
That's ridiculous. We stink.
Yeah, it's rough.
Joe's got 4,007. Yeah, there it is. Kelly so it is Joe with 4,007. I thought Fitzpatrick passed it that year with Decker and Marshall. That was the touchdown record.
No, yeah, touchdown record.
If you ever want great Jets trivia, V-Man has a whole book of Jets trivia.
Ooh.
And he will sit there with you anytime you want, and he will just ask you trivia questions. So if we ever want to do trivia, we need somebody to help run it, we go to the V-Man.
Oh, Kelly's stepping up nicely. Kelly, forgive me. I'm going to ask. Obviously, I've never seen you face to face, but male or female? And I'm not doing that to be an asshole, because it's a name that can be either one. So I'm just curious if we have our first female sub or if you're just a gentleman. I'm being honest. It's
let's be realistic. The reason Nick wants to get thousands and thousands of subscribers is that he wants to be in this powerful position of speaking and talking and having fans, and then he's hoping that some of them will be female and that they're going to fall for him because he's on the TV screen and all these people like him and everything, and then he's gonna. That's how he plans on finding his next wife.
Rule number 1, I'm never getting married again.
Oh, yeah.
Rule number 2, I don't need thousands and thousands of followers. Just need 5 females, and then I can shut the show down. I wish my female to child ratio was equal, and I'd be the happiest guy on earth. Thank you, Kelly. I hope that wasn't – I didn't mean to – be offensive or come off as rude. I hope I didn't.
Nick, when he answers you like that, if you want to freak him out, the thing that you say just to freak him out is, "And what are you wearing?"
That's a
all right. So now if Kelly Wilson would please do the channel a favor and change your name to Oregon Jets fan. We're trying to cover the whole map. Once we get all 50 states, we can shut the channel down. I consider the channel a success. We need the Hawaiian Jets fan. We need
Hawaii might be tough to find.
the Montanan Jets fan.
True.
We need anyone can be a New Jersey or New York Jets fan, but we're trying to encompass the globe here. We have the New Zealand Jets fan.
We actually do.
We're a worldwide organization here. Sorry I broke your heart being a man. Well, as long as you did it before we hooked up, I'm okay with the news being broken to me now. But I do like the trivia, Kelly. So that was the first part of my question. The second part is, if you got another one, fire away.
Yeah. I'll answer it before Nick. Don't worry.
You guys will say. I knew you guys would say Oregon and not Oregon.
Yeah, it's Oregon.
Oregon Trail.
Oregon. Yeah, it's Oregon.
Oregon Trail fan.
It's Oregon.
Oregon. Not
Oregon.
Oregon.
Our Zoom class,
Oregon.
our Zoom math class now turned into a Zoom history class. I love it.
One of my high school kids said Arkansas for Arkansas.
Oh, we were actually playing the Oregon Trail video game in history class. I got the high score.
Naughty. I thought this wasn't gender neutral. Safe. Yes, we have men here who are Jets fans, and then we have women who might be a Dolphin fan. So
Imagine John Nolte's actually a girl.
Oregon.
Like that.
Oregon.
Hey, John Nolte. Are you a man, John Nolte? Because according to the kid, you might want to check.
Oh boy.
Good
Patty has landed.
Bye.
Jared, has the peppermint patty landed?
Not so much yet.
That may have been the first sign. That laugh that you had was fantastic. That may have been. That was a different laugh than you normally have. Cheers to everyone above 14.
Yeah.
I'm 14. It counts. I'm like 14.
If you're driving in Arkansas, let's stop you from drinking.
His golf cart.
I brought my son over.
Just water. Don't worry.
My son last summer was 12, and I brought him with me to Myrtle Beach, and I let him drive the golf cart. Almost killed us. Bring it hand over hand and turn this way, and didn't let go when we were in the turn. It took us like down into like a ditch.
In Arkansas, you know, when you're 14, you're like the equivalent. You're more grown up because you're in Arkansas. You're like the equivalent of like an 18-year-old in Iowa. You know what I mean? Like an 18-year-old person from Iowa would go to Arkansas and they'd look at it. They'd look at that 18-year-old like a 14-year-old.
Yeah, except for strength-wise, we're way stronger than an 18-year-old in Iowa.
Right. So so what I'm saying is like Jack is like an 18-year-old if he went to Iowa. If he goes to Iowa, he's as advanced and knows how to do things.
Oh yeah, he would be like CEO of Iowa within hours of arrival.
Yeah. So and that's typically the way it is with Iowa and Arkansas. People from Arkansas are just so much more advanced than the people from Iowa.
I have a knife. I have a sword.
I saw a 4-year-old. I saw a 4-year-old from Arkansas carrying another 4-year-old from Iowa and patting his back to help burp him
across the Oregon Trail.
Thomas Jones. Thomas Jones was the last New York Jet to rush for 1,000 yards.
Chris Ivory.
That's a sad
truth. I'm throwing it. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there.
All right.
Maybe.
Those are the only two it would be between. Kelly says, who is third and fourth on the all-time catch list? For the Jets or for the NFL? I assume you're asking Jets? We'll wait for this. I thought Cousins started dating. He's been married and divorced already at 14. He's got child support payments. Let him be.
8 times.
He's got kids all over the place.
All right, so the all-time list. 3rd and 4th on the all-time receptions list. 1 is Jerry.
First,
2 is Fitz.
yeah, Jerry.
Wait, Jets or NFL?
I think all-time is. I asked.
My bad.
NFL.
Moss?
I asked Jets or all-time. Kelly, you're doing Jets or all-time NFL?
All time, I think.
So receptions, Jeremy, stop. I know your computer's to that side. Don't look that way. I saw what you were doing.
What?
Wait, are the
I
reception?
know you have another monitor over there. You're doing research. But, all right,
I'm
so
looking at you. I'm looking at you on YouTube. I'm one of your followers. You schmeckle.
I'm gonna guess.
Don Maynard.
It's fun to look at this monitor because then I can really see. Oh, look at that. That is Mark.
I would guess.
I'm
I think we're all in
assuming
agreement.
Randy.
Rice and Fitzgerald are 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say 3 and 4. Receptions.
Maybe Randy Moss.
I don't think he had that
I don't
many.
think he has enough.
Yeah,
Yardage, maybe, but not receptions. I would say
Yardage.
Marvin Harrison is 3 or 4. Not Tim Brown, right? Tim Brown's not up there.
Look, we got him all fired up. We got him all fired up.
If I had to guess 3 and 4 with receptions, I would say Terrell Owens and Marvin Harrison.
No, you don't understand, Nick. You don't understand. What Iowa is doing right now, what we got him doing is he's not just typing this. He's screaming, I grew up on a hard farm.
To drive tractors.
I
Filled with shit. Oh, and shit.
He's punching the treadmill behind him in his house. He's
No,
like,
John
"God,
Nolte.
I'm more of
John
a man
Nolte, I
than
did a
that
show.
boy."
John Nolte, I did a show one night laughing at Michael Irvin's all-time stats. He's not even top 25. Michael Irvin is the most overrated player in NFL history, in my opinion. When you look at his stats, they are pedestrian.
He had a good number 2 receiver behind him, too, when he played. They
here I have one, guys.
They had a good guy behind him. That's what she said.
What's your top 10 all-time wide receivers list? Personally,
Top 10. That's
top 10.
I had to drive
That's
tractors and shit.
StreamYard's acting up tonight because the comments aren't coming in, and then all of a sudden, a dozen comments pop in at once. That's why
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, it's weird. That's why.
The Patty has
Jeremy,
landed.
you were like 30 minutes behind chat earlier.
Patty has landed. All right, Fitz.
I was like 30 minutes behind.
Gonzalez and Witten
Yeah.
are 3 and 4
Earlier.
on receptions list. Really? Above Marvin Harrison?
Tony Gonzalez.
No way.
I mean, Randy Moss would have 80 catches and have 1,800 yards. He didn't need to get 120 catches. Production on cocaine.
I can see Witten.
Lawrence Taylor has entered the chat. Lawrence Taylor had fantastic production on that. First of all,
Oh, that was loud.
you were correct, Nick. I did have to pull a manure spreader behind our tractor. I know you did, man.
Hold on. Let me read it the real way he's saying it, though, okay?
All right.
First of all, it's an elliptical. Second, you were correct, Nick. I did have to pull a manure spreader behind our tractor.
I got this for 4th of July. It's a bit big, though.
Oh, nice.
It's very big. It's like
I would just like to make an announcement for the show. At this point in time, on Saturday, July 2nd at 10:23, I will no longer. I'm retiring from reading Iowa and Jets fans' comments, and they will be exclusively read by Jeremy from here on out.
I'm gonna do it on my channel too. It's gonna drive him nuts.
Jeremy's the Rich Eisen of friggin' Jets, whatever it's called, Jets Drive.
Flight 2022.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, he's punching his walls. He's throwing things.
there's one.
I
thing
know
about living in
Iowa.
Arkansas.
He doesn't talk like that. Like he's not like a hick.
Stop, Mark. If Jeremy's created something exclusive to my channel, we're gonna ride it out.
Here it goes.
And I'll never have Iowan
Really?
on. I will never invite Iowan on to clarify. It's always gonna be that's the point. Now it's gonna get to the point where everyone is gonna start to read Iowan's comments as Jeremy's voice.
Yeehaw!
Sweet.
I only got $200 from my GoFundMe to get to New Jersey.
He's gonna come here and kick our asses.
I offered it.
No
Whoa.
Gitmo. No Gitmo. I don't sound like a reject from Green Acres.
Jeremy, you got to read.
This man sounds like a reject from Green Acres.
Jeremy, you got to read that now.
Which one? Hold on. Jeremy has a big smelly butt.
Now, Iowa Jet fan is going to give layup after layup to making this segment so good. That's what I love about the chat. Is now Iowan will play into this and give Jeremy stupidest shit in the world. It took me 4 days to rearrange my flags behind me.
In Iowa, we had to walk 35 miles to school, and we had to punch ourselves in the face every time we took a step.
Every step we took, we would chant, "We're better than Arkansas." All right, back to Kelly, who's being the main producer of the show tonight. Thank you. Marvin Harrison's 5, Chris Carter 6, Tim Brown 7. I'm surprised Witten passed Marvin Harrison. I really am.
Yeah.
I would have had Witten down at like 7 or 8. I didn't think he got that high, but I stand corrected.
In Arkansas, we're so big that footballs look like little tiny balls in our hands.
Why? Wait. Arkansas and Iowa cannot have the same voice. We need to get different characters for different states.
But when he pulled out that football, isn't that good narrating of what he's saying? He's saying, "Look how big we are in Arkansas."
Yeah, no, this is a normal size football. This is a normal size football.
That's an actual NFL size football, but what you don't realize is that Arkansas Jack is 6'11" with 20-inch hands.
This is actually a real basketball too.
He is the Todd Marinovich of Arkansas with his size.
Look,
That's a real.
Top prospect.
That's everybody in Arkansas, Iowa, everybody.
This is everyone in Arkansas. Everyone.
There you go, Jack. We got a new comment for you to read.
I work out by doing 4 sets of 10 flag lifts.
You may not know it. This water bottle is actually.
Why
50
is
pounds.
Jeremy slowly turning into Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained? And the more you listen to Jeremy, the more he gets to Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm like, you can't say the shit he said in that movie, bro. Jeremy's gonna slam a glass, cut his hand, and just keep going. Name the 5 piles of food in Jeremy's lower intestines.
It's way more than 5.
Cum couch is way more than 5.
I
Nice.
think you guys can get 3 of them.
It's never been down to 5. That's the trick question.
Never been down that far.
But you guys know 3 of them for this show.
Jennifer Cananingo. We have a female rep.
Oh, I'm actually taller than him.
George Mirasan.
He's
only 7'7".
7 from
He
Washington.
was only 7. Yeah, he played for the Bullets. No, I'm way taller than him.
Here's that one commercial. This one's for the kids.
Yeah, like
That would
Bobin
miss
is the now. Bobin is the new.
Everything is like-
Marathon.
Yeah.
Everything is actually jumbo sized in Arkansas.
Antonio Brown.
To 500 catches.
Kids? I don't know.
Calvin
Fastest
Johnson?
receiver to 500 catches, like games
Well, it
played.
might be
I'm almost
Michael
certain
Thomas?
it's Antonio Brown.
Anquan Bolden.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
Could be Michael Thomas or Calvin
Thomas
Johnson.
is even a player. All right, so I say Antonio Brown.
Anquan Bolden.
Anquan Bolden's up there. as a suggestion. Michael Thomas. Jeremy, you got one?
Huh?
Oh yeah,
Michael
it hit.
Thomas? Oh, I'm doing a show. I'm live. Right, we're live.
It hit. It hit.
Are we live?
I feel funny.
Well,
No, this is a recording.
Yes. Yeah.
That is true. And those like jelly things that he had a couple days ago. Those are still there.
I'm such a butt for.
Kelly, have we said the name yet?
Oh, Gronkowski. That's yes.
I don't think he had that many catches though. Like Antonio Brown was having 130 catch seasons, like 2-3 seasons in.
You guys totally missed that. He mistyped something, and I read it out with the typo.
Wait, what? Oh, Michael Thomas. Let's go.
Iowan.
Is it Michael Thomas?
He made a typo, but I read it
Is
the
it?
way he typed it. What's up?
I love that Mark still has it up on his TV, so he's still viewing it and helping the stream while watching himself on the phone. But if you watch Mark every so often, he does one of these to turn around and try to catch himself on TV. How do I look?
Like a fat
I'm
Captain
gonna have
America.
to.
Jets fan
I'm gonna
United.
have to look back at this. I'm gonna have to look back at the stream afterwards and
Well,
see
you
how I
see the
talk.
stream is you see it as it is. Both of you
I
see
know,
it
but I'm
as
gonna
it
have
is.
to rewatch it.
So new rule. I'm coming in with a new rule. New rule. When I'm reading Iowan Jets fans chats as him, I also get to add things to the beginning or to the end because he's so angry and mad. Sometimes he doesn't type the whole message. So that's a rule change in what we're doing.
I feel that you are getting very, very ballsy with how far you think Iowa is away, where you could very easily take this GoFundMe money and buy a ticket to Sacramento. And the whole time it's been a ruse to get to you in Sacramento, and you contributed to your own demise. You got this, Iowa. You got this, Iowa, and I got your back. Oh, Clutch is here. What's up, buddy?
Arkansas.
Arkansas, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Everything. All right. I'm not even gonna knock you because my kid does this shit too. He's 13. Like he'll just do like wardrobe changes for no reason. I think it's your generation.
Oh my God, it's so true. You're right.
Like Kevin Durant.
You're right. You're right. It's like a new generational thing. Like
Yes. They try to. He doesn't know if he's gonna be like me. I try not to wear the same shit all the time, but I'm looking at like all the kids now. They want to show everything they have in one show. Just put in bed at the end of all Iowan chants. What's up, Nick, Jeremy?
Just put in.
What's up, Clutch?
That's a good idea.
What's up, Chief?
That's a good idea. We gotta try that.
Arkansas, Jack, you ever been to a Jet game?
Huh? No,
you
I
ever-
haven't.
No?
No.
Oh, look at that. What if Arkansas starts a GoFundMe and we all contribute to that instead of Iowans, and we get Jack to the home opener and we take all these videos and sending it to Iowa Jet fan and be like, we got him here.
No, Iowan deserves to go. Iowan deserves to go more than I do.
No, but it's better.
He's waited long.
It's better demographic. It's better discussion points for the show.
Also, by the way,
Could he fly
this
alone?
is an actual bear. This is an actual bear that I got and killed.
They got and killed. Again, what's a butt for? Answer me already.
Oh boy. I thought it'd be better starting the show earlier and we'd be safer. But sometimes I'll admit I could be wrong. I got one guy showing teddy bears and the other one offering to do awful things to them, it sounds like. He sees the teddy bear and goes, what's the butt for?
Again, what's the butt for in bed?
Complete unrelated.
And
For
we're off,
pooping,
and
silly,
we're off the rails.
in bed.
It is. We needed the first time we went into a late night show
Oh, everything's so bad.
was Brooklyn.
Not wear sunglasses indoors.
Boogie Down Bronx, right? That's one of Boogie Down. He was keeping us on the tracks. I feel that Kelly has been doing a very good job of trying to keep us in the chat on track. Gitmo, but I feel Iowan. I feel we're in his head right now, and I feel that in his head is not a safe space. So,
all right, gun to your guys' head. Who would you rather sign between like Quan Alexander, Riley Reef? Like, who would you rather have as a later free agent player?
Me,
Riley Reef, for me.
Anybody? I'm just.
I would take Riley Reef.
He's just trying to get us to talk about the Jets.
I mean,
no, I agree.
I like having fun, but let's keep it somewhat on the Jets. I agree. Yeah, like Riley Reef is. You saw last year the value Morgan Moses had to our team, and I think it's going to be formidable, and we are going to have a chance to win as many games as we think we're capable of doing. I think you can't go wrong with a guy who has as much starting experience as Riley Reef, has much wisdom, knowledge, time on the job as Riley Reef. I think that's what we got last year in Morgan Moses. I think you might see Riley Reef interested in us, but also waiting to see if there is that major injury where he could be a starter come a week or two into training camp, you know? So I think he believes in himself enough to wait for the starting position.
That's my biggest concern. Like, we're one Becton away from like McDermott or like the one guy that we drafted.
Max Mitchell, a rookie. I feel much better with Riley Reef.
Yeah.
Arkansas is Nick's J. Cole.
Oh wait, actually got.
Sit down. Stay in the show.
Uniform. We got our tennis uniform. It came with a hat. We got more hats.
Jack is like Zach Wilson at his BYU pro day.
Butt forward. Here you go.
You don't want to hear Jeremy say a butt for is for pooping. Silly.
The fag lady outside my apartment by the end.
Think about Riley.
Yeah, here's the thing. All right, Knob's got a good point. Listen, Jack, if you're gonna keep no, you have to keep the one hat on and start stacking them on top. If you want to add other hats. You're back to the original? Yeah, if you're going to put different hats on, you have to add, like you're stacking like dishes or plates. You can't keep just doing
I'm going with my favorite.
Not hosting the Oscars here, buddy. You don't have to do wardrobe changes every 16 seconds. Arkansas is going to wear more layers of clothes. I got that one.
Oh, wardrobe.
Take that hat off.
Jeremy sounds like the voice inside like Splash Mountain.
Kelly, thank you for joining us. I appreciate the trivia, Kelly. Good job. Everyone, thank Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
That was good teamwork. We didn't even practice that. Listen, Snowball, they're all trucker hats when you're a trucker. Everything's a trucker hat.
As a trucker, that is true.
Iowan, you should type something like, I pee while I sit, or I sit while I pee, or do it backwards and let Jeremy just yell it out in his way. Good job, Kelly. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy the holiday weekend. Be safe.
I really like daisies.
Jared, your thoughts. One more free agent that we could sign. Quan, Riley Reef. Who's someone that you got your eye on? I got to let some of that gallon of water out. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm about Riley Reef. I think that Riley Reef is the guy that we need because he's a tackle that we could bring into the game if somebody gets hurt that we could rely on. Don't you agree, Arkansas?
I want Odell.
You want Odell? Because you're 14. That's why you want Odell. If I was 14, I'd want Odell too. I'd say Odell Beckham, please.
No, I'm kidding. I probably want Riley Reef. We have enough receivers.
We need a backup tackle.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kelly.
But who would you rather have though? Jeff Smith or Odell Beckham Jr.?
Odell Beckham Jr. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Jeff
Well,
Smith.
if we're not considering anything else than just picking talent, there's no question. He like I would I would take Odell Beckham over Jeff Smith. You know,
He probably wouldn't want to sign with us though.
no.
Yeah, but he's hurt though, right? Didn't he blow his ACL?
Yeah, we don't know when he's going to
Super
play. He's
Bowl?
probably going to.
Yeah.
He's probably going to start the season on the PUP if he even signs with anyone.
Oh,
Odell.
I think it's a no-brainer. He's back to LA.
I heard
Don't
Lawson
forget,
might be on the
He
pop.
did not make a lot of money last year. He chose to be paid out in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin crashed before
It's
the end
terrible.
of the season.
It's
So
terrible.
he signed like a $750,000 deal that only ended up being worth like $218.
Oh,
And then he had to pay out agents and PR and all that other stuff. So he like basically he worked for free last year almost.
wow.
What was I gonna? I want to put another hat so bad, but my head's gonna be like a game of Jenga by the end of this.
What player?
Yeah, you could just sit, relax.
Pinnock.
I nervous young energy. I know. I was there first.
Oh,
How many?
Quincy Williams.
Oh, it's gone.
Quincy Williams.
Oh, sorry.
Odell is broken.
What player breaks out unexpectedly for the Jets defense?
I said Jason.
I think it's gonna be Quincy.
Will Parks. I think
He's a
Parks or
safety?
Pinnock at safety. Yeah, I think Parks or Pinnock at safety. I don't think Riley Reed makes the team. I think they like Parks and Pinnock enough, where I think Parks and Pinnock are the second and third safety. I think
Quincy
is down to fourth.
Quincy Williams.
Team.
Quincy Williams is our second linebacker right now.
Yeah, and he had a good
That's
year
crazy to think
last
about.
year.
I love him.
I really
I
like
think he's
Bryce Hall covering tight ends with his size. And I really think it's something that Ulbrich and Saleh will look into. He's got size.
Mhm.
He's a great tackler. Why wouldn't you put somebody on like that on Mark Edwards, right? Why are you
I
going
still think
to
this.
why are you going to put somebody small on Edwards? Put somebody with size. Did we hit?
I
Did we
still
hit?
think this thing
Did we
maybe-
hit? No. Gmail, you idiot. My buddy's got a bunch of bets in, and he just sent me a screenshot.
Who's it, Ray?
No.
I think the thing we need to work on most on defense is probably guarding running backs out of the backfield on passing plays.
I agree.
Like last year, I noticed in the Panthers game, Christian McCaffrey just every play. Sam Darnold could just throw a baby check down to him, and he was just 20-yard play every play.
Ulbrich would send everybody to rush, and they would just do 1, 2, 3, drop it over, boom, screen,
Yeah.
first down.
That's because we
20
didn't
yards.
have speed on the back end. Now we
Every
have
single
speed.
play. It's terrible.
Yeah. But like, you could put like a flat on the field. Like, there's a bunch of stuff you could do, but he just didn't really do anything. Put a man on the running back. Yeah.
I mean, Quincy came in from what? Jacksonville, didn't know the playbook, whatever. The guy from Detroit was hurt. Was in Jared Davis. Like we
And
didn't
there's
really
some
have
fireworks
like
going
linebacker
on.
depth.
Sorry
Like,
about that.
yeah. But it's a big risk going in with like the two of them, with Mosley and Quincy Williams.
Quit covering your mouth when you talk, boy. Just like every single Arkansas person I ever knew.
He is a mix between Leonardo DiCaprio and Django Unchained and the sheriff
Borat.
Dukes of Hazzards. The Colonel in the Dukes of Hazzard. What was it? We're gonna get you, boy.
Wait out there, boss hog.
I think for Snowball and Knob, who both said it, I think Ashton Davis might not make the team.
He's gonna.
With Pinnock and Parks being guys that this coaching staff selected, and Davis being somebody this coaching staff did not select.
What about Joyner?
I would be surprised.
I guarantee he's going to
Joyner's
make
the
the
fourth, right? I think Reed and Davis are hard cuts
Yeah.
that have to be made. And if you're going with four safeties, I think it's Joyner, Whitehead, Pinnock, and Parks. I don't see Ashton Davis making this team.
Really?
I think you're crazy.
I think it's Jason
I think Ashton
Davis.
I think 100.
You forget Will Parks is somebody we brought on the last 4 weeks last year and was here for 4 weeks. And when the preseason offseason started, he was voted captain of the safety or secondary room. So he is very well thought of. He is very highly viewed by the players and the staff. And he's one of those guys who I think that we forgot about or haven't really thought much about. But I think he can have a really nice role on this team.
Wow. I forgot about him, to be honest.
See?
Yeah.
It happens, man.
I totally did.
Sherwood is on our feature. Oops, I double tapped. To start on PUP list with Ruckert. Could start on NFL injury list. Still out on these. Yeah. And I love that Ruckert is what we talked about early, a Jet and a Yankee fan. It's rare, but that's what he came. That's what he is. Davis.
Oh, I'm a Yankees fan. Let's go. Go Yanks.
Nice.
Come on.
Nice. Pinnock thus far. I've been taking first team reps. Could see him.
I think Pinnock's going to be a top 10 safety in the league next year.
I hope so.
I think he's that good.
Who will?
Pinnock. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be ahead of Joyner.
He had a few good plays, but he was also beat a lot too. Like I was watching, what's his name? Blewett.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of plays where like he got blown away, like bad coverage, like
there are a bunch of fireworks
area. So we'll see.
Yeah, and well, that's why I think that I almost trust him more at safety than cornerback, right? Because in Pittsburgh they put you on an island, and and a lot like you're gonna get beat. That's the problem is when you get beat, you really get beat because you're on an island. So it's and I had the same concern. It's the first thing they said when we picked them. One of the things I saw them saying on ESPN was, this guy is has gotten burned like 6 times for touchdowns. I was like, shit. I was like, shit.
Iowan Jeremy, can you read this?
The boy's about as sharp as a bag of wet mice. That's what we say about them Arkansas kids.
Iowan, here's what you do now. From now on, put a Iowan Jeremy. Oh, IJF, Iowan Jet fan, Iowan Jeremy fan, same thing. IJF, same initials, and we'll activate Redneck Jeremy to read it. Jeremy, could you adjust your mic?
Why is it too loud?
Left arm to show the tat. Left arm coming across to show the tat.
Yeah, I gotta adjust my microphone. Let me
Wait, that's real?
That microphone.
Yeah, he just got it yesterday.
My microphone a little bit more to the left. That's all I'm doing. I
thought it was a picture. That's real.
Oh, he got that yesterday. Yeah.
No.
Damn.
It's 100%.
No, I'm not doing
real.
that.
Oh, that tattoo. Wait a minute. You'll drive underage. You'll show us 37 hats, but a tattoo is too much for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So can we talk about how awesome it is that our rookies, JJ, Brees, Wilson, and Gardner, I believe all 4 of them stayed in Florham Park to work out every day. None of them took this 6-week break to go on vacation. They all stayed there to work hard and learn how to become a pro. Like, that's the type of guys Joe Douglas. I'm sorry. That's the type of guys Joe Douglas is drafted. But can we talk about that?
I think the stream's lagging.
There is up on the main road up there. Jets Drive is the road that leads off and goes back to their facility. But up on the main road in their Florham Park, I forget what the name of the street. Forgive me. It's 99 Park Ave. It's the upscale apartment complex that Zach Wilson and Sauce and all these guys live in. And like, you could literally pull up there any day and just walk out by the pool and like potentially hang out with like the Jets. And I told my kid, I'm like, we're gonna do it like next week. We're gonna go like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. They get their workout in the morning, and just sit there and see if like Sauce and other people like
Just
pop
sneak
up.
in.
Huh?
Just sneak in. Just like
It's out in the open.
Yeah.
It's not like fenced off or anything like that. It's. I was like, we'll just go up there one day and we'll go out there and we'll say we're looking at an apartment or whatever, and see if like the Jets are there.
My stream crashed. Yeah.
That's all right. It's amazing you have cell phone technology in Arkansas. I didn't think that got there yet. So this is just a win-win all around. Iowa and Jeremy fan?
Oh. I like my women like the road between Dallas and Fort Worth. No curves.
And
Just
full
like-
of truckers.
Just like all the women here in Iowa.
I think Iowa and Jeremy need their own channel to start.
and just talk in the same accent.
Yeah, it's just Iowan just feeds, but Iowan's not even in the chat. He's just texting Jeremy shit to say. And it could be Jeremy sitting there for 2 minutes quiet, and then all of a sudden, like, when is his next quote going to be? And then he comes out with like another line.
I'd like to have a White Castle.
Maybe that's all I'll say. I'm gonna just be silent, and the only time I'm gonna talk is when you put up Iowa and Jet fan quotes.
Okay. So I'll throw it to Mark and Jack. You guys then. How awesome is that? That our rookies are like, you know what? I just got paid. I've waited my whole life to get paid. I probably haven't had the funds, or maybe my family didn't, to go travel the world. And I just got $1 million signing bonuses, but I ain't going nowhere. I want to be great at what I do. So while the vets are going away and those guys are going on vacation, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to work my tail off to become the best possible player I could be. Like, is that the greatest summary that you could put together for the types of players that Joe Douglas and his staff are bringing in? Like, does that get you like warm and tingly inside? Like, because it does me. I love that.
I think it's amazing because I think it shows how much these rookies really like respect Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh and like what they do. It shows that we're building a good culture. And
yeah. Keep your hand off your mouth when you're talking.
My bad.
I know you're used to Jeremy probably attacking you with like chloroform, but you don't have to cover your mouth. You're safer.
No, I love it. That what they did is with Joe Douglas, that's his like MO. He wants RAS score 9.5 or higher. He wants team captains. He wants leaders, and that's who he brings that into the room. Every person, if you look up their score, I think even like shitty Denzel Mims is like a 9.75. Like he brings in like that culture. So I love that what you said. They come in to like practice, like the rookies, like that's who they are. Like Sauce is like, yeah, I want to be great, but I want to be a good, good like team, like player. I want to be part of like the whole like infrastructure. So I just love what he's doing. Like, I think it's fantastic. In a small kind of way.
Not sure everything press up was already. Yeah, like this is. I was waiting for you to get to this last part. These are guys who love football, right? They're not in it for what football brings them. They're in it for what they can bring to football. And that's one of the quotes that you hear all the time, right?
Yeah.
From Rex Hogan and Joe Douglas. We want guys who love football, not what football can bring them. And that's what we have right now. All right, I see your fucking face about to burst like a pimple because you can't wait to read it. There you go.
Unlike Arkansas, this is a safe place.
Okay, terrific. Now for a snack break.
Dead.
I think Jeremy needs a hard reset. I don't think there's any way Jeremy's getting hard.
That's what she said.
Thank you. Somebody take the lead.
I think Jeremy needs a hard reset. I don't know. He just disappeared. That's what I used to do. He learned that from me.
I had to get beers. I thought you heard me. I said somebody take the lead.
Just okay to walk away from your show.
I said somebody take the lead. Maybe the mic didn't pick it up. I'm sorry.
I know, Mark. Why didn't you take the lead, man?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Come on, Mark.
I had to hurry up. I get two at a time.
So I want to see the Jets run a formation where you have Brees Hall, Michael Carter, both run like a circle route, or like a third down, and just throw off the defense. Like you have to cover both.
That sounds. I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh because the way you just did that, I thought back to my childhood, and like you and me in the street, and we're like planning a play in the street, and I can imagine you saying
Like,
that. Why
like
don't we
drawing,
start
yeah.
and we'll do a circular route, and then we'll score the fucking touchdown.
No, back in the day, we draw on the person's back. Like, all right, you do this, that, this, that. So I would love to see like a third down, just have them both run out. Then you have like Conklin draw, a CJ drag. Like there's so many opportunities to like just go crazy.
Yeah, LaFleur is going to have a lot of fun. I feel like LaFleur can turn into Sean Payton. Remember when Sean Payton was getting Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
And they
Hold up, I haven't.
two nights
Wait,
before
I
the
gotta
night
go
before
real
the
quick.
draft.
I'll be back in a second.
All right, do your thing. When
Reggie.
when he got Reggie, they were drafting Jadavian Clowney #1, which made Reggie Bush fall to 2. And Sean Payton was like, we were out to eat, and like we grabbed a napkin and just started drawing plays up immediately when we knew we were going to have this type of weapon. And I think that's like the same thing you could say about all the weapons that we have now. Like it's a coordinator, play designer's dream to have a lot of talent. So let's just hope that everybody rises there. And the great thing is, man, if Wilson has a 3-touchdown game, Elijah Moore is going to be dancing next to him for all 3. If Moore has a 3-touchdown game, Wilson and Davis will be next to him. If Hall is going nuts, Carter is going to be celebrating. If Carter scores, Hall will be celebrating. Everybody on this team wants to watch everybody make the team better.
I love it.
Gitmo
so
Bob
excited.
with shots fired. Look at Gitmo coming in. I think Jeremy needs to lose 16 more teeth to really get that Iowan accent down. Iowan and Gitmo going to have a war of words. No. I realize this microphone is good and really good. And if I get up and walk away, you don't pick up the background noise. So if I'm not close to it, you won't hear me like say when I walk behind the desk, hey, somebody take over.
Oh, shit.
So that's why it cuts down on the background noise.
IJF there.
Why do you expect the show to be okay?
No,
You
that's
left
my
it
job. It's my job to read him. I'm gustering the motivation.
I missed the IJF part. I'm sorry. I did.
That's fine. That's fine.
My own rules and I broke it. I apologize. Breaking
Why
news.
did you expect the show to be okay? You left it to a toddler, a male gymnast, and a gay baked out of egg slump skull.
I like that it says a guy, but you decided to add a gay. Didn't Dicka trade 3 or no? Dicka traded all those picks for Ricky Williams. I'm not a gymnast. You got to stand up. We got to see that shirt.
No, absolutely not.
It is. Then it is that tight,
bro. I'm not melting Hershey Kiss. It looks terrible.
Zach needs to study Peyton Manning on play action. He can make the ball disappear. True. Chad Pennington was very good at it too. Chad was one of the best, and you hope Chad shows up to.
Chad was the best.
The best. 41.
Chad would turn his whole back to the defense, like.
Costume change
with the ball in his hand, and then just
look. I can see there's a costume change coming. Yes, oh, he's holding up a number 11. He's holding up a number. Let him in. Oh, I can let him in. Wait a second.
Was that a Denzel Mims?
No, Larry Fitz.
I'm kidding.
You have so many clothes.
Yeah, I hope that you're hanging
many
these
clothes.
back up and not doing what my kid does and putting them all in the laundry. My kid will like.
I am. It's okay. I do my own laundry. It's okay.
All right.
We're from Arkansas. In Arkansas, we do our own laundry. Not
Yeah, here
like
in
them
Arkansas.
Iowans who take till they're 25 to do their laundry.
Yeah, here in Arkansas, we just get a bucket of water and then just let it dry.
Oh, look at it. He's buying into it now. I like it. He's embraced it. He's
That
not
went
offended.
out the best way it possibly could.
What are you doing with the hand up? What are we doing here? Hey, Sean, welcome, buddy. How you been? No selfish players, unity and forth. Yeah, right. Like, I know I'm trying to keep the show on the tracks here, but yeah, I think that's the best part of all these players that Joe Douglas and staff are bringing in, is that they're team first guys. And we said we saw the beginning parts of it last year. Oh, look at that! My 13-year-old showed up. What's up, Nikki? Welcome, buddy. We got Nikki. We got a 14-year-old kid from Arkansas on the show.
Well, maybe she was watching and she wanted to say hi to him.
Oh no, that's my son, but he's got
your son. Oh.
His mom created the YouTube for him when he was like 5 or 6. So as much as he has so many channels that he follows, he's like, I'm never changing the channel. He's like, it'd be too much work to go refollow and subscribe to everybody. What's up, bud? You need to get on the show. All you do while you're here is ask for more food. I got a 14-year-old from Arkansas actually contributing. And somehow
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to pull it out. You were going to mention, I have a son this age, and I need to show him that this is what it ought to be. You ought to be contributing. Yeah. Papa's trying to make a channel here.
Yeah, that can.
So last year we had Bryce Hall.
Now I'm doing everyone like they're Iowan.
Oh, he's up. Oh, wait.
Everybody's Iowan now.
What were we saying, Mark? Go ahead.
No, so last year Bryce Hall was like our number one quarterback, right? And then we get DJ Reed. We draft Sauce. I don't think we're going to put Bryce Hall as a slot, right? Because we have Michael Carter second.
You got quicker guys. Like I think,
so where does Bryce Hall go? Bench? Like what is he?
Well,
I think
he's different systems, right? When they switch to a 4-2-5 on those, he'll be that guy on the field every time, right?
He could be in on a 4-1-6.
Yeah.
I really think he would be best suited to cover tall, athletic tight ends. I really, really do. Like I think if the Jets do their homework well enough, and a guy like Freiermuth, a guy like Andrews, I think that, we don't play San Francisco this year or Kansas City, but if we were playing a Kelsey or a Kittle, I think Hall's a guy that you would put up on them.
That's good.
That's what I would do.
Just like shadow the tight ends.
The athletic tight ends, yeah. Like I think it would be schematic genius to do that.
I probably could put a linebacker on him over a corner.
Yeah, but what we've seen the last couple years,
they could drive.
We haven't been able to cover running backs out of the flat or tight ends. Like Sherwood and Nazeldine could do it.
It's just like weird. Like if I ask you, like, if I said 4-2-5, who's your like 4-2-5?
On pass rushing downs, for me, it would be Lawson, Quinnen, JFM, and Jermaine. That would be my front.
Yeah,
that's my go-at.
You would name every single player, but for some reason, Bryce Hall doesn't come up. Am I wrong?
I could see Hall in there as one of the two. If you're worried about a linebacker or a running back coming out of the backfield, and if Nazeldine or Sherwood can't pick up the coverage, Hall can pick up the coverage. He's got the size.
He's good. I feel bad. Like
I do too. Like to go from number one cornerback to possibly be not a part of it.
Yeah. Well, he's going to play a lot of snaps. He is. Like he's
not be on the team. Where? He might get traded.
Where's he going to play?
He gets
might trade him for a backup lineman. Like if we don't get Reef, you might trade him for a veteran.
Michael Carter 2. You got MC2 in the slot. You have Pinnock. Like where is it? Where's he gonna go?
Yeah, Sean.
Well, I mean,
that's where I got the idea from, Sean. Cromartie covered Gronk at times.
Just throwing it out there. It's just a.
Yeah, no, I think he'll. I think that, when we play nickel and dime type packages, aren't there times where the other team has 4 wide receivers lined up, and all and like it could be like for a whole quick drive where they're just throwing the ball and trying to get downfield, in the fourth quarter, because they got to score 3 times, so they're like in a rush, shotgun. Like Bryce Hall would be playing in all those situations.
Well, that's fireworks. Sorry about that.
1,000% agree with you, but I just don't know. Like, no one says
apologize for fireworks in America on a holiday weekend.
Yeah, I know. It is messed up. Bryce Hall is really good. Like Bryce Hall is really, really good. We can't just end his career and have him not on. Like he has to play a lot of reps. They have to find a way because you're right. It's crazy. How could he not be getting lots of reps? He's too good to just be standing on a sideline.
But he might be.
It's weird.
Downgraded to not being on the roster anymore. I think it's a very big possibility. I think he's a trade chip. I think if we can't get Riley Reef, I think we can go get it. I think if another position and injury happens, I think that Hall is going to be the first guy. Hall, Huff, these guys could be trade chips to improve other parts of the team.
Maybe that's how we build our draft capital up. It feels weird only having the normal amount of picks.
Yeah.
Not used to it.
But this is what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks is that
not in Arkansas.
We're not going to have to scrape anymore. What's that? All right. He froze. This is what we've been talking about is where we've gone from scraping and putting a 53-man team together. We've been scrapping every year to put a 53-man team together, knowing those last 6, 7, 8 guys are not worthy of an NFL roster. But we drafted so poorly for so long that they were Jets. And we got a warm spot in our heart for them because, they were with us when times were rough. But now we're getting to the point where we're going to have guys who've been on our team, guys that we've warmed up to, guys that we have grown accustomed to seeing on the team and watching them maybe try to develop and become contributors, just getting bumped and cut with nothing in return for them. But that's a sign of how good we're drafting. It's a sign of the culture that we're building and bringing in free agents and getting guys who want to be Jets.
No, 1,000%. This is the first time.
That's not fireworks anymore. I think that's the plastic of Jeremy's cookie tray.
but no, seriously, there's a good chance we have good players like Bryce Huff, Yaboa. We're gonna lose some good players. Keijer is apparently 6'5". He's really good now. Lawrence Keijer. We might lose him. For the first time in a long time, we have good players you might lose.
Yeah. But here's the good thing about it.
Vinny
now we're at the point as a roster where we can go quality over quantity. Like you saw this year. You saw 2 trade-ups. We don't need to have 8, 9, 10 picks anymore to fill out a roster. We can come out of a draft with 2 elite players. We could trade everything and go up for 2 guys and make our team better. Because we have the depth, we have the pieces, we have quality. We have the quantity, we have the depth. Now we go get elite players to really take us over the top. And I think that you saw that approach change this draft. You saw the top 2, and then you saw them. We all saw Flight 2022. Not enough. We got to get up and get more. For an hour, Joe Douglas is making call after call. I love it. Because now amazing. It's okay, we just don't need fill and hole guys. We're going to get a couple top tier players. We're going to get some guys who can possibly be the best in their position in the entire league. Gardner could very well be a top 2-3 cornerback by the start of next season, in my opinion. Breece Hall, could be a top 5 fantasy running back with yards and touchdowns in year 2 and 3. Wilson can be a very good contributor. Moore is there. JJ is staying at the facility to work. You got guys who want to be great. It's just only going to make our team great. So I think the whole ideology of the front office has changed, and it's changed with the trades that we made to get draft picks with Darnold, with Herndon, with Adams, obviously. Good night, Jet Fan United. Thanks for joining, brother. So I think we're in a very good place where now we go, and I said this 2 years ago when everyone was going nuts. I'm like, we're not at the place to go big game hunting yet. And I think next year is the year where you see us trade up several picks in round 1. You see us go for the big free agent and give out the contract that Joe hasn't done yet. That might put us over the top. So the ideology of the entire team is changing now before our eyes.
Dude, when was the last time people were like, oh, like, if we cut this person, like, they might be good? Like, we never had enough good people to cut that might get picked up, either practice squad or whatever. It's like, oh, Jeff Smith versus Mims. Like, that might happen this year. Like, Jeff Smith might beat out Mims. Like, just a lot of, like, different options. Like, it's crazy. And we haven't had that in a long time.
Jeremy, I know he didn't put the IJF here, but I want you to read this comment as Iowan, please. I know. I see you chewing the blackberries or whatever you're eating.
I think I may have to get off. My stream's lagging a lot.
That's what she said.
You got it. Is the phone on the Wi-Fi, or did you kick off the Wi-Fi at home?
No, it's on the Wi-Fi. I think I can watch the stream. I think it's a bit too...
Yeah, it's different being in it. You got to be
glitchy.
Point. Yeah.
And
excuse me one second. Now we throw it to the Iowan Jeremy fan for his latest comment.
We get nervous about letting the actual talent go because management has always made the wrong decisions.
It's a very good addition to the show, I might say.
I love it.
That's Jeff Fan United. Normal, decent teams have to cut good players. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, we've been scraping like the burnt grease off the bottom of the pan trying to make something out of it, right? Well, meanwhile, other teams are eating like filet mignon with talent, and we talk about food a lot on the show. You guys know that. But I feel that we're finally getting to the point where our scraps are going to serve other people instead of their scraps serving us.
We're going to cut somebody or multiple people that will be picked up 1,000%.
Thank you for Arkansas, for Jack, for joining the show for a while.
Whether it's Yaboa, Lawrence Cager, whoever it is. And we haven't done that in so long. We suck. We're so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
we're not going to be the team living on the waiver wire anymore.
Yeah. So it's nice to just have that like competition, like shit. We might actually have good people. Like, we're not gonna keep Kenny Yaboa. There's no way. Or 4 tight ends. Right? Like, who are you gonna keep?
This is like Iwan's acting like right now, like he looks like this is how you act like when you find out for the first time that you're gonna die someday. It's like you're like in shock. Like, what? Like, we're gonna have to cut good players. Like, it's like we don't know this. We don't know how this feels. We're you're in complete shock.
It's true though, right?
We've never felt it before in our lives. We're actually gonna have to cut good players that we all thought and liked and are good, and we're gonna have to cut them and just let other teams have them.
Yeah.
And we've never had to ever. When have we ever, as Jet fans, ever had to feel that way?
It's been a long time.
This is how building it the right way, though, turns out, right? When you're building it the right way and you've had guys filling roles that you ideally don't want them filling, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Someone's going to work out somewhere else.
Yeah, Kenny Yeboah can go to like the Bills and be amazing.
Yeah.
And
you know it's going to happen.
And Greeny will go nuts.
Yeah.
Kenny Yeboah.
Absolutely ape shit if he went somewhere else.
But it's got to happen though, because we're bringing in better players.
Yeah, but what if it doesn't happen? What if in 3 years? What if we cut Yeboah, someone picks him up, and 3 years from now he's like the Kelsey of the league? We're gonna go nuts.
Like Berrios.
So pissed.
The Patriots cut Berrios, so now he's with us, and he's
I love and respect Green Bean, but I believe Green Bean sometimes falls into that Jet fan, that New York fan of Yankees and Mets do it as well, right? Mm-hmm. We all fall in love with wanting that unknown homegrown guy to become a star. And I think that is what Yeboah is to Green Bean, that late round pick, that undrafted guy. That like you keep your fingers crossed, like Shane Spencer came up out of nowhere. That's who I always think of with the Yankees. But I think and there's nothing wrong with it. Like that would make a team great if you're hitting on Tom Brady's 6th round pick, right? The greatest late round pick ever. I just think that when you're hitting with your early picks, there's less opportunity for those late guys to catch on. And it might take bouncing around the league a little bit before an injury, an unexpected cut allows an opportunity for a guy like that. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We all want every pick that we make to take it to hit, right? Like we want everyone to become a star. That's how you win a Super Bowl. You hit on every pick. But I just think that at this point in time, you can't count on Yeboah for anything than a spectacular preseason play. And that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it was like
which was a really cool moment. Though,
one Hail Mary, and that was it.
It was a really cool moment for a preseason Jet game to win.
But now it's interesting because what do you keep more of, receiver or defensive line? Because we have so many people.
Defensive line.
What do you put a value on?
Defensive line. The scheme is defensive line. They'll run with 3 tight ends and 3 wide receivers in a game if they have to. They're going to go with a minimum of 9 defensive linemen. I always reference this.
We have so many defensive linemen. Right, Jeremy? We have a million.
We have I think we have 15, 16 right now on the roster.
Yeah, and we're probably going to get down to 9 or 10.
That dude Martin from the Texans, I love him. He may not even play.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he's definitely going to play, but like you're right. I mean, he's not.
You go JFM. Quinn on the inside.
Yeah.
Then you go Carl Lawson and I guess Jermaine Johnson. Like,
but they're gonna rotate. So they all
35 snaps a game. Over.
Yeah, but I think that they're literally going to be determining who's the better edge. Like at this moment, Jermaine Johnson or Jacob Martin, like you're going to see them battling for snaps, for reps. Because Jermaine Johnson might not start out as good as Jacob Martin is right now.
Yeah. Jermaine sets the edge, but he's not like, who knows?
Something that I always reference from the 49ers Cowboys playoff game this year. It wasn't even 5 minutes into the game, and Tony Romo says, and I quote, "This is what the 49ers do. They have already rotated 9 defensive linemen in, and we're not even 5 minutes into the game." Yeah, that's going to be us. We're going to keep rotating based on down and distance, packages, formations that the offense has. We are going to do the same thing. We're going to keep our D-line fresh, and then we're going to be able to dominate in the trenches throughout the game and wear down the offensive line. And that's awesome to do. And I really think we finally have the talent to do it. Yeah, Iowan says we usually praying for the 5th-round rookie as a quality starter, or that another team makes a mistake and cuts someone good, like Berrios or JFM. Yeah, that's right. That's another huge.
Dude, JFM tackles Tom Brady in the Super Bowl for the Rams.
Yeah,
he sacked him, and obviously he got cut, but it's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't. This comment that I made, I would never take a shot at Green Bean. It's just that's a New York fan ideology that sometimes takes on a life of its own in hoping for the homegrown guy to become the star. And we all look to, tie ourselves to the one guy that we think could do it long term. So I don't want anyone to think I'm taking a cheap shot. I'm just using that as an example. That's a very common New York fan thing, whether it's the guy who comes up in AAA for the Yankees or the Mets, or the undrafted guy for the Jets or the Giants, or insert whatever type of thing hockey does, because I don't really follow it. But it's a very, very big thing in New York.
That's what we do. You have Jeremy Rucker. We did Jeremy Lin. Like everyone that,
Yes. Linsanity's the perfect.
Like you want the
perfect.
Like you want the backup guy to like Mike White. You want Mike White to like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mike White was Mike effing White because it happened in New York.
Mike effing White. Yeah, it's like, all right, you had one good game, but everyone roots behind it.
Yeah. If Mike White did that in Arkansas or Iowa, nobody would know of it. The fact that he did that game in New York, and see, now we tie it all together on the show.
Yeah.
Pretty little bow. But now that he did it in New York, Mike White took on a legendary type of status.
Nobody would know of it.
With 2.5 yards an attempt. Like, duck.
Jacob Martin, I believe, will be our sack leader. Wow. All right, Sean.
If the entire state of Iowa was just to disintegrate into the ground, how long would it take the rest of the country to notice?
Jesus Christ. Wow, you're getting cryptic. This is the dark part of the high. If a state falls off the map and no one's in the forest to hear it, does it make a sound?
Max Mitchell is a stud.
Like in a bunch of years, there'll be someone walking around saying, I swear there used to be 50 states. I can't fucking find one of them's missing.
There's that one out in the middle of the ocean. Hopefully California. No offense, Jared. I hope you get out of there before that drifts away.
No, I'm safe. I'm on the other side of the Hard Rock, like where the fault is. I actually get rich. Like if it was to happen, I'll pretty much have a coastline
shorefront property. That is a fantastic way of looking at half the state sinking into the water. Oh, I would have shorefront property. I would be on the up and up here. Jeremy would be doing shows dressed as the Monopoly guy from now on.
Jeremy's like, fault line? I'll be right there.
You could be out there with a hammer and a chisel on his off days.
The plot of the Superman movie with Lex Luthor. He buys all the lands on the West Coast and says that was his whole plan. And he blows up the San Francisco and LA, and it all falls into the ocean.
Welcome back, buddy.
That was his total plan. I'm buying up all the property.
His laser beam eyes staring down the fault line.
Bro, how much is Becton Way?
Trying to cast spells.
Oh, sorry.
Last week, 394 according to last week. Yeah, there's no way he's getting that word out.
394, and he's supposed to be what, 360?
One of my buddies was in the stream last week, annoying all the Jets fans, was saying 394, 394, 394, like nonstop. And like Adam was losing his fucking mind. Y2K was losing his mind.
Was he?
Like you could see every time my buddy typed 394. Adam almost broke the wicker chair on the first day of using it on the show.
Dude, it's very easy to mess with Adam. Like in the chat, he gets like you can mess with him in so many different ways because he gets so annoyed so fast.
He's so passionate.
Like you just have to say, all you have to do is like start typing things like, Adam, I see you. Adam, I'm looking at you. Adam, I hear you. Adam, I adore you. Just like start writing like that, those kind of messages, and watch what happens. So like watch what happens. It's hysterical. Mo, would it make you happy?
I gotta tell you, man. I know it's a Saturday, and I thank everyone for joining us in the holiday weekend. I think it's really cool that we started it earlier today, like 8:30. It's not a regular work day for most. So we started the show at 8:30. I'm seeing 3 hours in the stream. I'm like, oh man, what is it, 1:00 in the morning? And I'm like, oh, it's 11:24. Oh shit, this is awesome.
It's amazing.
look at the. You should make me the mod. I'm gonna snipe the trolls. He's not a troll when it's my buddy. My buddy was joining. He's a Giant fan and he was supporting the show. And he came over Wednesday last week with me and my son and watched the Yankee game with us. And we were discussing the Becton situation. He's like, that would be a really cool topic to discuss. Oh, I read that. So what do we got?
Wait, go back to the last one. Zach isn't a quarterback for the NFL?
No,
Modine?
I was always weary with the New York Jets. Plus, I don't think Zach is an NFL QB. So hopefully I'm wrong. It would be nice to start winning. I think Zach is perfect for the scheme because he's athletic enough to get out of the pocket. He can work the play action. He's got great arm talent. All we need is Zach to hand the ball off 30 times a game and be a little bit better than Jimmy Garoppolo, and we'll be in a Super Bowl in 2 years. 2024 AFC favorites has been my thing since Joe Douglas made the Jamal Adams trade. 2024 AFC favorites.
And I'm taking $100 when I'm in Lake Tahoe at the end of the month, and I'm going to a sports book, and I'm putting $100 on the New York Jets to win the Super Bowl.
Are you going there just for that purpose?
No, we're going for my work is going like it's our retreat. We do it like a 3-day
okay.
for like our professional development for our teachers, and my company for all the schools they made a deal with a hotel and they got like a big block of rooms, and we're all going to be there, like tons of schools, like staffs, but we're all doing our own individual planning with each other, like as a school for our for development. But anyway. I'm going to be there, and South Lake Tahoe is where the Nevada state line is in California, and one side, like once you cross this one street, that's all the casinos start. So when we're hanging out down there, I'm going to go into I think the big one is Harry's. I'm going to go to their sports book, and I'm going to put 100 on the Jets to win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to film it because I'm going to be a wise ass when I do it. Like, I'm not going to just go up and say, here's I'd like $100 for the Jets to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to go up and say, here's the $100 that's going to help me take away this casino's money because I'm taking the New York Jets to win the Super Bowl, baby. It's a lock. And I'm going to videotape their reaction to me saying that to see if they laugh in my face or throw me out of there.
Like, get out.
But I'm going to do it. I'm dropping $100 on the Jets to win the Super Bowl. So everybody knows that if we have a crazy miracle season and win the Super Bowl, everyone's going to know that I have a ticket to trade in. I don't know what the odds are. What are the odds right now of them winning the Super Bowl?
I'm actually in the app looking right now at FanDuel for you. I wanted to
one in what, 5,000? One in whatever.
No,
it's not that bad. It can't be.
It's not that bad. Maybe it's what, 60 to 1 or something.
To win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
5 to 1.
15,000.
What?
Plus 15,000.
That's not 15,000 for every dollar, is it?
On 100, probably.
That's for 100. So I'd win 15,000.
You'd win 15,100. You'd get your 100 back.
Wow.
The Texans are plus 30,000. Falcons are plus 25, and for the first time in multiple years, we are not the lowest odds.
Dude, Zach has all
Seattle, Carolina are 13,000. Jacksonville's 12. Chicago's 10. Detroit's 10. I like to do the put in every division winner and try to predict all the division winners.
I just thought the funniest thing, the way you said that, Nick, before on how much I'd win. Like, I can imagine me seeing it the way you said it. Like, oh man, I just won $15,000 and I get my $100 back.
That's a good parlay.
Just being just as excited about $100.
Most of these you can't parlay though. It's up on the screen. That's why I can't find it. I bet Hall to win just to win the AFC champion.
Oh, the first couple, not the last one. Couple.
Well, Dark Soldier, I hope it comes true. Then I'll win.
You did that in a parlay, or you did those individually, Dark Soldier?
Charles B will take my action 150 to 1.
Dude, those odds are insane.
How do I know you pay me though?
That's probably like 100 to win like $45,000.
Separate bets, Dark Soldier said. I really think Breece Hall for Rookie of the Year is the bet to make.
Charles ain't gonna come up with 15,000 if I beat him. I trust the casino.
Hey, Charles, welcome, man.
A casino's gonna actually pay you.
It's so Charles, weird now. When I just finished watching Peaky Blinders, and now Charles is I forget the name. What's the name of the actor? He's got in his picture here.
Venom.
What's the name?
Mad Max. What the hell?
He was Alfie. He's Alfie in Peaky Blinders. What's the name of the actor? Anyone here with Charles B's photo?
No one cheat.
If Charles B says it's him, I was like, that's just very.
I might take the over on 5.5 if that's what it is when I'm there, and I might put like 300-400 on that on the over.
I bet the Jets will finish the worst.
They're definitely going over.
Damn,
man. Dude, the last 8 games have been over 5.
Tom Hardy. Thank you, Dark Soldier. It's Tom Hardy. But I can't unsee Tom Hardy as Alfie from the Peaky Blinders. Do you watch that show? Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Make it your show.
Tom Hardy's in it?
Tom Hardy's in it, and he plays Alfie.
Dude, I tried watching it. Their accent is so thick, I gave up.
Put the closed captioning on. That's what I did for Game of Thrones, and it's what I did for Peaky Blinders.
Bro, I'm a teacher. It's hard to read. I'll give it a try.
The first step's admitting it. But it's good if you get to something. I found myself having to rewind it and turn the closed captioning on a couple times. So when it got to the like Alfie talks like crazy, like it's better having that on than to have to rewind it and then turn it on.
I'll try it.
And I try not to look at the closed captioning because the closed captioning, if you're reading ahead, you'll read it before you hear it. But I trained myself to go along with the audio in case it's like stuttering or hard to understand because, the gypsy accent, the British accent, the Jewish, European accent is all difficult to understand back then. Or back then, the way they're delivering the show too.
Yeah.
Right, Jared? Did you just like go in and out of like a time warp?
No, I'm good.
3 hours, 2 minutes, 25 seconds. I always go back and look at shit like this
until the end of the world.
My problem is if they have the closed captioning, I read the whole caption. So like the show is on, I'm like, oh, this is great. And I read, and then like something happens. I'm like, oh, I missed it.
Of course, all the teachers are here because I work with teachers and all the time. I was a teacher, so that's why if you see me on a show, we're going to bring in other teachers. Who's going to say, that the guy's a teacher. We got to support that guy.
Iowans, what's Letterkenny?
In this case, they're saying we got to support that guy, Nick. Looks like he needs money for another slice of pizza.
What's Letterkenny, Iowan?
You should also watch Letterkenny with the captions on. Charlie got fired as a teacher for questionable reasons. Nope. Now you got him thinking I'm all creepy.
Well, I heard he got a text from his mom to leave the stream.
Is that really what happened?
No. Damn it! I should have went with that.
I would have believed you.
Sean Bennett. Any images from any photos you take while you're at work?
Oh, come on.
Hey, I have a picture. I've seen you. I've talked to you in your office.
I wish Jeremy was my boss. Or pseudo boss, like higher up.
You would never.
We would be great.
Amazing.
You would
Yeah.
never be able to teach the kids because he would be calling you to the office to look at my new short or what do you think about this before I put it live.
Mark, your review sucks because you didn't like all my videos.
Assistant principal.
Yes.
Assistant principal.
I noticed that you missed one of my live streams. I was on vacation with my girlfriend at the time. Inexcused. You are now cleaning the toilets instead of teaching history.
And you suck. So what's your guys' like surprise cut that you think that will happen in August when they get down to the 53?
Buffalo Jet fan says a Jets offensive starter just agreed to come on his channel at the end of the month.
That's so cool.
Can you text me who and I won't say it on air?
Van Roden.
Oh, Buffalo starter.
LDT.
I would guess a starter.
I'm gonna go with Vera Tucker.
Offensive starter. I was going to be
Or
Vera
Tomlin.
Tucker or more. I say Vera Tucker or more. And Buffalo, I'm also submitting my request now to you before anyone else that I could be on that show with you because I have not been on your show yet. So put that as a formal request from Nick. That's pretty awesome, man. Good for you.
Tomlinson's pretty cool. Could be Tomlinson.
I know who it is.
Or it's Becton.
Not allowed to say.
And he comes on a forklift. So who do you guys think that'll get cut? Surprise cut
Surprise cut.
for the 53-man roster.
Well, so it has to be one that would surprise us then, because there are some that we talked about that wouldn't surprise us. So like let's come up with like a good one that's a surprise cut, like Brandon Eccles.
Wow, good. That would be a surprise cut,
I
right?
can see that.
Based off of his time and based off he picked off Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because last year was the one guy from Rutgers, the one cornerback. I can't think of his name.
Who got cut? Or
He was supposed to start, but he got cut.
Oh yeah, that guy that went to Seattle and he still hasn't played or stayed on a team. It was funny because he was a big talker.
I'm gonna say Natural Dean.
Yeah. Wow. That's something that could happen, and it would be a big surprise too. But it's not out of.
Because Sherwood, he was good, but he got hurt. Natural Dean's like, who knows?
Couldn't get on the field.
And I could see Hall taking that spot from him,
Look, hold on. The little wise ass knows every little answer.
Oh, bless Austin. Thank
Bless
you, Arkansas.
Bless Austin.
Bless Austin. Rutgers.
I live on a farm, drive a golf cart around my land, and I'm pretty smart.
Yeah, Arkansas. I don't know if you did last week, but Buffalo Jet fan. Make sure you follow him up on YouTube. Really good guy, doing a lot of good content. I'm pretty sure we pumped that a lot last week, but 6-hour show. I forget everything that we discussed.
Who's that? You're saying? Who you talking about just now? Whose stream? Whose stream were you just talking about? You were just talking about somebody's stream.
Buffalo Jet fans.
Oh, Buffalo Jet fans? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas mentioned that he wanted to join that stream. And
wait a second, Buffalo Jet fan has his own YouTube channel?
Just started like 6 hours ago. He's got like 4,000 followers already. He's on a bit of a hot streak, some would say.
Wow.
It's supposed to be pretty good, I heard.
If we're talking about casinos and gambling, I'm going to make a card gambling reference, and he's on a heater. He's been doing fantastic, man. I'm very happy for him.
I always thought he was just some friend of ours on our channel. I didn't know he had his own channel. I got to go check that out.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's a good dude.
I heard he's okay.
He's all right. I don't turn this into a fellatio session on him, but he's. I did watch Old School today. Thumbs down.
Blue.
Don't forget the stepchildren.
Who's your guy?
Mine? Surprise cut?
Yeah. Unless you said it.
You guys took two good ones. I like the Eccles one.
Go wide receiver.
I don't think it'd be surprised if it's Smith or Mims. I think those would be the two surprises, right? But I think Jeff Smith gets the edge. Unless Mims plays like Chris Carter in the preseason and doesn't do it against third stringers, like if he's out there with getting some opportunities with Zach and the ones. Buffalo, good call. Vinny Curry, I think we already said he's on the chopping block. I don't think, unless there's major injuries, there's any chance in hell he makes this team. I'm going to say Sheldon Rankins, because if Solomon Thomas plays the way I think he could play in this scheme, I don't think there's reason for JFM, Quinnen. You're not going to keep Shepard, Quinnen, JFM. Who are the other ones? Who are the other tackles? JFM, Quinnen, Sheldon Rankins, Solomon Thomas, and Nathan Shepard. I don't think you keep 5 interior guys. JFM with the flexibility to go inside and out saves you a roster spot, right? Because he can go inside and out. That's what she said. Now, I think Rankins could be a surprise cut from the D-line.
I can see that.
Bro, I got coconut oil in the beard, bro. I'm good. I got enough. Later, Dark Soldier. I wish you were here because you're one of the few people who keep Iowan in check somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah, Marshall's getting cut. Curry's getting cut.
Oh, Jonathan
Marshall's a 10.0.
Buffalo's always listening.
But Jonathan Marshall might be. He's still practice squad eligible?
I think there are 10 Buffalo Jet fans. I mean, the one we know, that's the one that does the camera. But I think he has a team. I think there are 10 of them. I think he learns how to clone himself. You got one probably creating thumbnails all day. You got one just recording and recording. You got a Buffalo Jets fan editing. I think this guy did the multiplicity thing. He found a way to clone himself. And that's what's going on here. Because he's always listening, he's always ready. There's a Buffalo Jets.
He's a teacher too, right? No. So now he's got all this free time now that summer's here.
There's so many teachers.
Man, I'm telling you, there's 10
so many teachers.
One of their jobs is to go on every show and watch and listen to everything every show says and write it down and make notes. And that's who we're looking at right now. Now, if he was to join the stream, that means he got the other Buffalo Jets fan out of the 10 that actually does the screen time. And then he would jump on and talk to us. So there's 10 of them.
Multiplicity. One of my favorite movies, Sean. I mention this movie all the time.
I'm just wondering which Buffalo Jets fan gets to go to the opener.
Is that a Batman multiplicity? What's his name?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. But they would get dumber. Each one would get a little dumber.
And then you'd have the one with the hockey helmet.
That was great. That was really funny.
Oh, I do. I made you tell me it one night so I could save it in my phone the right way.
I thought that somebody else that was in here might be you and your, pseudo identity, like your real secret identity.
Nice.
But it wasn't you, but it was somebody named with the same name as you. Snowball says pizza.
What's his name? Kevin. Bruce Wayne.
You just got to think Home Alone.
Kevin. We should do that for one of them.
We should make that one of the part of the intro. Part of the intro of the show should just be Kevin.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm actually getting near the end of my rope tonight. I got the boy coming over tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I got to be up early to allow him in. I probably got like 15 more minutes left. We'll call it a wrap at midnight. Any of you guys got anything you want to discuss? Anything you guys want to bring up? Anyone in the chat? Any Jets topics? All right. It's going to be a long 15 minutes.
A long.
Later, Sean.
A long.
You can't tell me how to say Persuado.
Studio.
That's Suedo.
Studio.
It's Persuado. It's
that song.
It's Iowan.
He's saying it's pronounced. He's saying Suedo is pronounced Sodo.
Where do you swim when you're in Iowa? Like, there's no ocean.
The bathtub.
In the pond. We make a pond. We dig a hole with the tractor.
No, it's an actual question.
We fill it up with the water.
We live in New Jersey. Like, there's ocean. Like, where do you swim?
I hate you. A pool. A pool is always the right answer because you never get sand in your freaking ass when you're in the pool. And the only thing you have to worry about in a pool is some stupid mom taking Instagram selfies, not worrying about her kid. That's the only thing I'm going to get attacked by when I'm in a pool. I don't have to worry about a 2-year-old biting me because I can just mush his head underwater. I don't have to worry about getting a chunk taken out of my body or dying because a shark gets me because these stupid idiots want Instagram videos and they feed the sharks off the piers in New Jersey, and that's why they keep coming back to eat here every year.
But Buffalo Jet fan will put comments in that look like the names, like drafts of names of potential videos he's going to make. Like, because couldn't you see this be the name of one of his videos?
He's testing his material on us.
Right, he's testing his material. Will the Jets actually have a legit home field advantage? And then there's like a picture of Buffalo on his thumbnail like this. Like, I don't know.
I'll tell you right now, man. I had season tickets from 02 through 15. And when the Jets are good, I will die on this hill. There is no better home crowd than an excited, into it, hopeful, optimistic Jets fan. That opening game is going to be something that we have not heard since we beat the Patriots on the Fitzpatrick to Decker walk-off. That place, the energy in that stadium is going to be nuts that day. And sadly, I will be too drunk to remember it.
Can you imagine if we win that game?
It's going to be insane for the home opener.
Ravens. It's going to be ridiculous if we win that game.
I was at the home opener for actually, I'm not sure if it's a home opener, but it was the Jets Patriots, the first Rex Ryan with Sanchez.
It was week 2, but it was the home opener. It was the one where Revis picked off Moss.
Yeah.
That was week 2.
Dude, it was insane. It was like old Giant Stadium. It was like shaking. Like, it was
the Meadowlands. We don't say the G word on this channel. We call it
Jet Life.
Meadowlands.
Jet Life Stadium.
Yes.
Dude, it was insane.
That was the Meadowlands.
It was like it was amazing.
In water. We swim in water. We take the old bathtub out to the field and let the rain fill it.
We hop in the Mississippi.
When I went to Alaska, there was this we went to Denali, right? And we took this train up there all day, and after that you get there by train, you go on these buses, and each bus has like a tour guide, and it's one of these kids that's there working for the for the season or whatever, that it's not too cold to go to Denali. And he's got this little intercom thing, he's talking, and as we're going up to the hotel, his job is just to point things out to us. And I'm the only one on the bus that was laughing. I thought this was the funniest thing. But this is what he would do, basically. This is an example of what he would do. To the left, that's Ted's Steakhouse. It's a good place to go if you like steak. He goes, then to the right, that's Mike's Pizza Shop. If you like pizza, it's a good place to go. There's an ice cream shop on the corner there called Mix. It's a good place to go if you like ice cream. Like, that's all he gets. And I'm dying laughing. I'm like punching the ground laughing, and I'm already imitating and saying it with him. Like, he gets up to the next place. He goes, "That's up. They have burgers and fries and sandwiches." And I said it with him. I swear to God, I looked at my wife and I said, "It's a good place to go if you like burgers, sandwiches, and fries." And my wife started cracking up, and Anyway, what's the point of my story? So anyway, it's really funny.
I don't know. I'm waiting to find out.
People have accents.
People
have voices.
I don't know what the point is. I'm just saying there's a guy who actually does that, and I thought it was funny. And I remember looking at my brother Lee, who was being all serious, like in listening and looking around and being like looking like a dumb tourist. And I'm sitting there cracking up, and then he sees me laughing and doesn't know why I'm laughing. I'm like, how do you not notice what this guy is doing right now? How funny it is what he's doing.
Nice.
But yeah, no other point of it.
Oh, you stop.
No, I'm trying to get it up there. That's what she said.
Reed, we were both yes, very good. You might be leading the show, and that's what she says tonight. This is a new record for us. Reed, we were both hitting your comment at the same time. In StreamYard, it shows all the comments, and then when you highlight it, it says show or hide. So we're both tapping it simultaneously from two different feeds. So as it's popping up, he's removing it. As it's popping up, I'm removing it. Like we were both clicking it multiple times. That's why your comment was coming up and down. So
it's like you gave the keys to your 5-year-old son by giving me the good power to do that.
I know.
Oh, he wants me to say it.
I always remember Weekend Jeremy is a much different animal than Weeknight Jeremy.
Jeremy's as sharp as a bowling ball.
Same amount of holes in his head, too. Oh, shit.
But in Iowa, a bowling ball could run for governor.
What the fuck? I guess we got to include Delaware in that then, huh? What can run out of Delaware? Here in Arkansas, we travel over to where Iowa is.
The Jets are based out of Delaware, apparently. They're an LLC.
What?
Every company.
I read somewhere that the Jets are a based company out of Delaware as an LLC. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of companies do that.
But apparently the Jets are as well.
Yeah, there are certain laws.
Yeah.
That it benefits you to be Delaware. Like lots of contracts, technology contracts are always based on Delaware law. Like all our when I worked in
Delaware Jets,
all the user group agreements, all the legal stuff is always based on Delaware. Yep.
Now is that the Jets when Leon Hess?
I'm not sure the whole logistics part of it, but apparently they're now Jets LLC out of Delaware.
It's like the easiest if you're a big corporation or a big company to not get sued. Like it's the most protective.
Yeah, it's super cheap or something like that.
It benefits corporations a lot, based on the law, for lawsuits and all kinds of stuff like that.
Who would have known? We just had to talk about legalities in Delaware, and Jeremy gets stone cold sober. We're talking about Iowa, and he's in character, and then all of a sudden he turned it. I'm going to make the reference because I watched the movie today. He turns into Will Ferrell during the debate, and he's like, the legalities that are due to lawsuits in Delaware benefit major corporations if they're based out of there. And what we're seeing long-term effects of this are.
What just happened?
I need water. Me and Mark are sitting here, and we're like, we agree with everything he just said. That was perfect.
That's funny. You want me to do it? Well, it's because I'm going to add something to the front. It's the wind that makes Iowans so wimpy and unmanly. Iowa is so windy because of how Arkansas sucks and Canada blues.
Wait, is there beef? Is there beef between Arkansas and Iowa?
No, we don't created it. We've created it. It's a 14-year-old kid and Reed's an adult, but we've created it because they've had the states as their names. So last week, I think you dipped out early. You stopped in the chat for a little bit. It snowballed last week about creating a rivalry amongst everyone with a state name.
Got it.
How did Snowball get into this?
Yes, I'm hoping to get up there one day for it. I know they're talking about the green and white scrimmage, which last year I had like 20 something tickets to, and we went with a big crowd. Ray and Frank from our chat mark came with us last year to it.
Where was it at? MetLife?
Last year was MetLife. The year Darnold's rookie year was at Rutgers.
Yeah, that's what I went to. Yeah.
Yeah, we were there for that. We had 65 people from our football program go to that. It was so much fun. And now Rich Cimini said on his podcast, I know some people don't like Cimini. I love Cimini.
Dick
He's grown on me. He's grown on me. In the early 2000s, when he was Daily News, I hated him. But I think he's like the most unbiased reporter we have now. And I'm a big Rich Cimini fan. I know that's not a popular thing to say in Jets world, but I think Cimini is the number one guy now. I think he's easily calmed down and backed off of his cheap shots and his articles. And that was something I always killed him on. But he said on the podcast that there is talks about having it somewhere aside from MetLife, which would be a pretty cool thing if it comes through. Immediately made me think Yankee Stadium, right? Like the Jets.
That or like Hofstra. That or like Hofstra, maybe like Long Island.
Yeah,
that's their roots. Like they're not going to go up to what's the place that Rex used to have? Like Cortland. It's like 9 hours away
New York.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, but I can see Yankee Stadium.
But that was the whole training camp. Hofstra. That was in the green and white scrimmage. They went
just the one game. Just one game. Yeah.
This is just for like the one day to do something fun.
I thought Yankee Stadium.
Yeah,
either one.
About trying to raise the average.
Or City Field, because they played at Shea. Like, there's really no like Yankee like lineage, you know. Like, they never played there, but
it's also tough having a grass field and having football come in season.
Oh God, injuries.
Not even that, just the field like getting dug up and fucked up if you're having a scrimmage, right? Iowan is about as sharp as Jeremy's head. Oh shit, here we go. 14-year-old shots fired. Iowan, go easy. So yeah, Snowball, if I get tickets for training camp, I'll always request as many as you can, like 4 or 6, and I'll tell people I got tickets for that day. So, all right, gentlemen. Any closing remarks, Mark? Anything you want to say? And then Bowl and Ball, we'll throw it to you, and you can plug your channel.
Yeah, no, just thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I have no channel or a feed, so
you're just a guy.
Just a guy.
That's fine. We need those in life.
Well, I'm just a guy too. Just a guy. People say, "Yo, I bought this shirt, man. It's a beautiful shirt." Yeah, it's like $200 silk and everything like that. And then they look at me and I'm just wearing some normal shirt from fucking Men's Warehouse, and I go, "Yeah, I'm just a fucking guy. I don't need to have a fucking $200 shirt. I'm just a fucking guy." You know what I mean?
Nice.
Just a guy. It's like, no, I don't wear like True Religions and $600 jeans. Why would I? I'm just a guy. I go to Lucky's and I get some jeans. You know,
good Jag.
Just a guy.
Jag.
All right. So since Jeremy's giving wardrobe lessons, I will plug Jeremy's channel. For those of you who don't know, which I'm pretty sure you all do, Jets Chaos with Jeremy. Is it Jets Chaos or Jets KMS with Jeremy? Jets Chaos with Jeremy.
Jets Chaos. Just Jets Chaos. That's all you got to type in the search. Jets Chaos. It'll pop right up there for you. You'll see a bald head. I basically stole the Mr. Clean logo, and I stuck it all over my channel. So people will say, "Hey, that's the Mr. Clean guy." And they'll remember me.
Nice.
So yeah, it's marketing. Marketing.
I want to thank everyone for joining here. Next Friday, it's going to be an early show. I might have to go on like 8 our time. Sophia plays in her softball program, is hosting their tournament on Saturday and Sunday. And since no one on her team, parents, or volunteer to help, I am working the grill from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday at Colonia Middle School. So, Mark, if you want to come out for a pork roll, egg and cheese, I will make it an unhealthy size.
I might have to.
Yeah, I'll be at behind Colonia Middle School on next Saturday and Sunday for
How do all
10
the
hours.
single PTA moms just not fight all over you for you?
I don't know.
Don't they
I don't
see you doing all this great stuff? Working the
I don't
grill.
know.
There's no single PTA moms coming over and saying, "Hey Nick, I make a very good manicotta."
Ah, I don't know, but I really hope
the
that
girl.
I hope that you in a female wig at a PTA meeting doesn't pop into my fucking brain while I'm sleeping in my dream, and that's what formulates. Arkansas, we created Walmart. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna just mute, and we can leave the chat going the entire night. And when I get up in the morning, I can look at the chat and see all of the great comments and digs going back and forth between everybody. We created Walmart. But if we're going to be real, Arkansas, Walmart is like the lowest form of shopping. So it's not really, if you would have said Target, that would have been impressive. But Walmart, man, we never see a
Woolworths
website
Walmart
called
sucks.
the people of Target.
The Woolworths Walmart is like a
The
zombie
Woodbridge
infested
Walmart is more the
apocalypse.
Perth Amboy Walmart.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh. Yeah, it's a horror zone walking through there. None of those PTA moms can drink over 30 beers at a. You're right, Iwan. You're right. And you know what? We will, when you come out, hopefully you make it out for this year's opener. If not, whenever you do make it out here, we will have a drinking display like you've never seen before. Because at a Jet game, my adrenaline is through the roof. And it's literally like I just burn off beers. Like there's been games I went to with 30 packs, and it's 11:30 in the morning, and I went through it, and I'm getting beers from other people's coolers. It's a fun time. I'm not 28-year-old Nick Shine anymore, but 43-year-old Nick Shine will still make sure you guys have a great time at a tailgate.
Yeah.
So, all right, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you guys throughout the week on other channels. Thank you for joining. Thank you for making it so much fun. 3.5 hours. Not bad. Not bad. It was a good time.
Please hold. I gotta move my microphone one more time. I gotta move my microphone. That's all this really is.
You have never seen the whitest arm on the planet. It's there now.
I've just got to move my microphone here. You see, it's very necessary for me to make this big production out of it. Okay.
You should have put the YouTube logo under it. You could still edit. Put the YouTube logo under it, and then YouTube would use you to market yourself.
All right, boys.
Good night, Mark. Thanks for joining, buddy. It was great having you. We'll talk in the chat.
Thank you.
Jeremy, you take care.
Later, guys.
As always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Take care, gentlemen, and go Jets.
Go Jets.
Go Jets, baby.